Super Bowl, we win the Super Bowl. If you need anybody murdered in this next week, I'm your guy.
When we get home from winning the Super Bowl.
Was that a guarantee?
Did you just guarantee the Super Bowl?
Guarantee a Super Bowl win?
The NFL has now implemented Barstool protocol.
You better run.
Well, they don't know it's me, so I'm good.
I have to put you in the idiot game. You're an idiot.
And I said, Frankie, they come. I'm telling you, Frankie, I'm going limp on them. I just want dead fish.
All right. Friday, before the Super Bowl, last live show. Nice energy.
Good crowd.
Live from Margaritaville, Vegas. We got the Bussin' with the Boys guy. We were able to get him away from ESPN for a couple of minutes. I know you guys got your full tour of that shit going on, but I'm glad that you guys could join.
Did you have to clear this with Jimmy Pitaro to come on the show?
Jimmy, who?
Oh,
Yeah, don't play
coy.
dumb.
Don't play coy. You know, you and Jimmy are best friends.
Pretty sure it's an ESPN guy.
It's the president of ESPN.
Is it?
Yeah, he's the president.
I got my permission from the boss.
Yeah, well, you're on there every day. He is. No, he is.
I got my permission from the boss.
Anyway, so you guys will start. We'll get right into it because I'm fired up a little bit. You know, you guys are doing your thing. You're gallivanting around town, giving fellatio, doing your thing, getting our name out there, busting with the boys, Barstool. Great. You interview Stephen A. Smith. Big star. So good get. Great get.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. We got him.
And I like Stephen A. Smith. He's electric. His social media guy named Bailey Carlin used to work at Barstool. He's a cunt. If we're just being like dead straight, and I almost wanted to put a counter, like warning, Dave's gonna say that word because that's my mean word when I get fired up. So this guy used to work for Barstool. I see you guys come in. I think he's in the bathroom in the back. I'm like, please don't let the Bussin' guys schmooze up with Bailey Carlin. And they're bang. 5 seconds later, you guys grabbing ass, arms around. Oh, me and Bailey Carlin. So I tweeted at you these fucking idiots with Bailey Carlin.
Wild stray bullet.
Yeah.
It's not stray.
We were in the middle of
we were in
the middle of another podcast.
That's why
and
we
I get
taking
to my
the shots.
phone. I get to my phone
Because
and I
you're
see
with
something.
Bailey Carlin.
I have zero context on anything that's going on. Just know that we're in trouble for whatever reason. Dave, if we had to keep track of every single relationship that's gone south with you, we would.
No, he's top of the list, my man. He's up there. He's big. He's bad. He's the fucking worst.
But how am I supposed to know that?
Okay.
You need to start giving
He's
the guys
D'Lo Brown.
He's 5'4". He has a mustache. He's on a
So
suit.
you guys think I have unnecessary grudges, right? Do you think I have unnecessary grudges?
There's probably one or two.
I don't think you have unnecessary grudges. I think these fucking, like, we're just taking random straight bullets. We have no fucking clue what's going on.
Because you're running around, you're doing train with ESPN. It was only a matter of time till you...
Exposure. We gotta get the exposure.
You gotta understand, man. He's big. He's bad. He's Leroy Brown.
All right, so I'll do it. We'll do 0 through 10. How much would you hate this guy if you were me? So first of all, we'll start with our fucking baldy back home, Paul Golzinski, sales guy, who literally hired Bailey Carlin and said this guy stands for everything that hates us. He probably hates you, but he's pretty good at tweeting, so I'm going to hire him. Like, all right, go get him. Well, it was a ticking time bomb. So he used to work for the XFL. He made his name. Whatever. We fucking hired this guy. We got a little back and forth during COVID. I don't care about that. Like, you get different views on that shit. That didn't bother me.
The beer was the first thing.
Yeah, that
Dion beer.
Yeah, that didn't bother me either, like drinking. What bothered me, I've gone through, obviously, people who know me, a big, scandal with Business Insider where they accused me of all hideous shit. There's zero truth to it. 0.0000 truth. Minka Kynes from ESPN,
Nina,
whatever her name is, she repeatedly retweeted the allegations. I started nicely, why don't you read the other side of the story? Because it's all here. She never responded, never addressed, just kept retweeting, even after there were mountains of evidence that was saying I was telling the truth. Never addressed it, never responded. I got increasingly hostile. Fine. 3 days after this article drops, Bailey Carlin.
Focused? I feel like we're losing you.
No, I saw you looking at me.
3 days after, I'm going to get the exact fucking quote. 3 days, Bailey Carlin, who was cashing a paycheck at Barstool at the time, an employee of ours, I am signing his fucking checks. Just locked in the legend Mina Kynes as a guest speaker for my sport and social media class. I don't think the students believe me when I told them I knew her, so this is a colossal for my street cred. Let's fucking go. I'm still fine with that.
Yeah.
You do you. Don't know or care at all how Dave Portnoy feels about her. Thanks. From the clouds. Mentions my name.
Just so we're
we
clear,
put a pin-
wait,
we
just
unpack
I want to make sure to defend Dave to fill in some cracks. He was not working for Barstool at that time.
Yes, he was.
Are you sure?
Freelance, 100%.
Oh, freelance.
He
I
was
forgot.
cashing
I forgot.
checks
Okay,
for
you're right. You're
Barstool.
right. All right.
He was cashing checks for Barstool.
Right. So I think the tweet, 80% of that tweet is fine.
Agreed.
If he didn't put the Dave part in, I think there's no issue.
Agreed.
Okay.
Major issue when you
But-
mentioned me.
Yeah. Is there? Did you obviously you went up to him and you said something? How did you confront this man?
I don't even know at that time I responded.
I think he was freelance, so he wasn't in the office.
We got rid of
Got
him.
you,
I think
got
we
you.
fired him.
Okay. Oh, you fired him for that.
Yeah, we're not paying this kid anymore. Fast forward when we did layoffs, which is awful. Nobody wants to lay people off.
Right.
When I got the company back, Bailey Carlin from the clouds. Firing people who have been with your company over 3 years via email at 6 a.m. is absolutely insane, dehumanizing behavior. I don't care to argue with anyone about this. People lost their jobs. Don't care about your feelings or how it was done. Those are mine. Okay, enough. I'm sad some good friends got fired. Blah, blah, blah. It was more personal. If you busted, on and on, if you busted your ass for years for a company, invested time, energy, your life in a way that working at Barstool demands, you don't even get a call or get to hear a voice, you'd be upset. It's basic human decency. All from the fucking clouds. There's no way to lay anybody off. We didn't want people coming in to the office and you have 3,000 conversations with people. Would you want to drive 2 hours just to be like, hey, you're laid off, go home? That's how most companies lay people off. So this fucking clown from the clouds can't keep us out, and then he cries if you come back at him. Like today he came back. He's like, why is Dave always talking about it? Because you, motherfucker, won't keep my name out of your mouth. As far as you want to know this guy's character? You like Taylor Heineke? You guys Taylor
Love
Heineke
him.
guys? Taylor Heineke was having a great game. He tried to cancel him by digging up old Trump tweets from fucking Taylor Heineke to the point he had to delete them and apologize. This guy is a cunt.
So
Can I? Yeah, go ahead.
Bailey was behind that.
And now
Yes.
he's
Taylor
working.
wanted
And
to
now
delete
he's
the Twitter.
working for you.
Yes, and now you're taking pictures with fucking like woke posters being like, we fucking love this kid. He sucks.
Can we just? First off, you're the man.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Oh, nice.
and you've done such a great job with this company. You sold it for $500 million. You got it back for $1. You have a reach beyond almost everybody else in the digital landscape. Why would you care about a kid that is 5'4"?
That's Taylor.
Why
That's,
would you care?
Taylor, hold
Dog,
on.
it's-
I'll help.
That's
I'll
what
help-
gets me up
Taylor,
at night.
Taylor, I'll help.
But
I'll
no,
help you.
no. Business
Taylor,
Insider, Mina Kynes, people that actually
I'll
matter.
help you,
But this
Taylor.
kid doesn't.
Taylor,
who the fuck is
I'll
this
help
kid?
you. What the way that Dave is acting right now, that's why we sold for $500 million.
Yeah.
Oh no, I get that. But you've also said you're never going to sell again, so it's no.
No, I thrive. Hey, I don't care how big, how little. I'm a petty. This fucking guy. And then he's getting jobs, and I know, like, if Stephen A. Smith knew the true guy, he'd be like, get this fucking guy out of here. Guy Fieri, get him out of here. Julian, he's just a fucking worm. And it eats. It's not enough for me to be successful. I need to see my enemies fail, and fail big.
Right.
I love that it motivates you.
It drives me
Keeps
like...
you throwing your fastball.
Yeah.
Oh,
It does. It keeps you throwing your fastball.
And he's texting me now because he's like, don't cry. Why do you always talk about me? Let's talk it out. Come on the podcast. And then he's like, well, can we talk offline? No, motherfucker. I don't want to waste 1 second of my day offline making you feel good. I want your career to be fucking done. I want you to suffer. You know, the things you've done pissed me off at such a fucking level that, talk. Why laying people off is so fucking hard. Why would you, someone who worked here, why would you tweet from the clouds? That's so dehumanizing.
That
You're
one
treating
pissed
your
me off.
people like assholes. The Minka Kynes, fine. You're friends with her? I don't give a fuck. You work for us. Why are you putting my name? I don't give a fuck what Dave Portnoy thinks. I just went through, I wouldn't wish what I went through on anybody. The accusations, she in particular, just, the article came out, she retweeted it 10 seconds after it came out. You couldn't have read it. when I put out my response, I sent it nicely. Like, hey, because I actually respect her at the time, and I thought she was rational. Like, read this and tell me if you think the same way. Ghosts, crickets, nothing. If you retweeted that, you have a responsibility to see the other side.
Right, like watching your videos.
Yeah, but that's
else.
fine. She's not going to do it. That's whatever. She made her mind up about me. But then 3 days after that, you brag about how you have her and mention me in the same breath. What the fuck do you think's going to happen? He's a fucking clown.
All right.
Moving on.
I think it's justified.
Thank you.
I do.
Thank
Big
you.
of you.
I like, you know, you go about it however you want to go about it. But yeah, I mean, as far as like the email, would you rather have to drive all the way in this and that? Like, you know, it's like when you get, it's like when you get cut and everything.
Yeah,
like, there's
you
just
can't
no,
fire 100 people.
It just is what it is.
You
That's
can't
the
be like-
business. That's the fucking world.
And like, you work there, you know we care about the employees. That was like a horrible day to say we're dehumanizing our employees and shit.
That's just one of those things where people don't even think, like, you can't have 100 people go in and do a face-to-face, and, like, then everyone's talking and, like, what's going to happen, who's getting fired. Like, you have to do it that way. Everyone had a talking offboarding after that, but the email was so that people didn't have to fucking commute to Manhattan and then get fired.
Could you imagine them sitting in the waiting room too?
I
after
know,
the
right.
first person comes out. After
It's
the third
100
person comes out, everyone's just
people.
like, hey, just
It
would be
sucks.
the opposite. Like, why would you make us sit here and wait?
That's
Right.
exactly what we
Yes,
did.
I'd be so much more mad if I had to sit an entire day.
Or
being
drive.
And you were
am
like
I
number
about to get
98.
fired?
You're
Yeah.
number 98, so
Right.
you're like, okay, I guess I'm going to wait 3.5 hours.
I just drove an hour in just to sit there for 3 hours and be told to go home.
And not only that, but if you know,
if
if you work at Barstool, you know Dave literally can't fire people. He hates firing
Hate it.
people.
I'll tell you what's a good example of Dave being a good boss. Last night.
Thank you.
It's a good example.
Tunnel chaos.
Tunnel
And
chaos.
by the way,
Tunnel chaos.
I will also say, I know you guys. There's no way to know my animosity towards him, so I wasn't. Really
No,
mad,
that
but
was not. Yeah,
it
they
was
didn't
just
know.
like.
Right.
Well, you see the words "fucking idiots," and you're just, here we go again.
Well,
Yeah,
no,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
What do we, like somebody's got to write a handbook and someone make Austin do it.
That's
Yeah.
bust.
Yeah.
That's
Someone's gotta
bust.
write a handbook over all your enemies.
That's on him. He knows you work for us. He knows we have
Yeah.
beef. Like that's a cunt move to take a picture with you guys.
Also,
like post it. It's
It
like,
was that picture wasn't for him. It was for you.
correct.
Yeah.
And then he's like, "Why are you talking about me?
Yeah, no,
because
he
you're
was doing
being a
that.
fucking
yeah.
jerk."
And by the way, like the picture aside, you are an idiot.
Yeah,
How
that's
so?
true.
You're just in
An
general.
idiot.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Of that entire story, the thing that bugged me the most is the Taylor Heineke thing.
Yeah, go-
because you're a big
Yeah,
boy.
no,
you,
that
can
sucks.
you can handle the stuff, but
remember
And that
when
type
happened.
of
That
that
stuff.
type
I
of
didn't know
looking
so.
up old tweets is the worst of the worst.
yeah, Will's got some bad ones.
Oh,
Yeah. So
well,
all
no,
right.
that was yesterday.
By the way, I have like a unique knack where things that really bother me happen minutes, hour right before I'm about to. Like, so I was really. I wasn't mad at you.
Your leg was shaking.
Dave texted me the picture. He's like, I can't wait for radio.
Yeah. A little bit couldn't get it. He almost talked about it 5 times
Yes.
before we
Yes.
were 15
He
minutes before the show.
really bothered.
Save it, Dave.
And by the way, I'd probably live longer and be healthier if it's like, I
for
just
sure.
put that, but it's not my makeup, it's not my DNA.
It's not what makes you great.
It's just not what gets me going. And again, it's a personal. All right, enough on that.
Tunnel of Chaos?
Tunnel Chaos.
What a night.
The best.
So Tunnel Chaos.
Was it a movie?
Oh, it was a movie.
It was, but honestly, I know you
It
hate
was
it.
a movie.
Well, we gotta tell them they may not know what Tunnel Chaos means.
Yeah. So go ahead.
You go
No.
ahead.
You're the host of the show.
Okay. Tunnel of Chaos. We've been here all week, and Taylor.
There's a live mic somewhere, Nick. There's a live mic somewhere.
I heard that somebody said into the mic.
We'll find it.
Someone's talking into the mic who's not on this stage.
In the booth, shut off the mic up there.
I could
Hey,
be wrong,
shut off
man.
the
I
mic
don't
in the
know.
crow's nest. Andre. Yes, sir. Can you shut off the mic? We can hear you. Bang,
Good.
Andre.
Nice. Clarity.
I like
That's
how
good.
Andre responded.
Yeah,
with no
yes,
clue.
sir. Yes, sir. Bro, we're listening to you.
All right, so this week, one of the side plots, subplots, is every night, Dan and I have been seeing Will and Taylor go to the casino, Red Rocks, play blackjack, and then, like clockwork, hold up a wad of money. And Will's like, I'm up 10 grand. And Taylor's like, oh, I'm up 100 grand or whatever it is. And in every day, it's like they're just winning. That's just what they're doing. They're showing up and winning. And we start asking questions like, how do you just win And their answer was, well, you just go to the casino and you say how much you want to win, and then you win.
Yeah.
Right.
That was exactly how it was
Simply
described
put.
to us.
Yeah.
You
So-
speak it into existence.
Yeah.
Right. So Dan and I, being the gamblers we are, like, oh, well, let's go try this out. And they've been doing it with Dana White.
Yeah.
So we went, and with a tunnel of chaos. They have you go basically one at a time. If I want to win 30 grand, I put up 30, Dan 10, whatever, and you just win and get out. Seems impossible. So we went and tried it last night. We all won.
Everybody won.
It worked
It got a little dicey.
exactly how you said it. Dave got up there first and said, I want to win 90 grand.
60.
60.
And you played 4 hands?
2.
I went up right after you. I said, I'd like to win 20 grand, please. And I played 3 hands and won 20 grand and stood up.
Isn't it crazy?
It's-
And it doesn't obviously, but like
Now, Will.
I went between.
There was
I
a
went
fight.
with you. I went with you for a second. I was down 100 grand
Yeah.
at one point, and so I
Will.
got out. Will.
But this was everyone. It was, I think, Jerry won 10, Titus won like 17,
Everybody.
Jerry,
PFT won 25.
Jerry and Titus, those two were the
Everybody.
best reactions
Yeah.
of the night.
But I figured it out. I figured the system out, and it's 2 words, Dana White.
Correct.
No question. Yeah,
So,
100%.
which makes sense. So it's not systems, not crazy. Dana, and I was trying to tell this to somebody, we were all going to win. The second we walked in, Dana was like, that's Barstool. We're going to show them a good night. They're probably not going to come back. Well, I don't know about you two, but the whole company is not coming back.
No, I'm going back to tunnel.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You're going to go back.
Well,
to
no,
it.
I don't know how long Dana's like they're all going to win.
Right.
So
I think I have to wait a while to go
So
back
by
to the
what I
tunnel.
mean like that,
The
now,
reset.
You can't go every day.
You won. They want you to come back immediately.
Yeah.
Right.
Well,
I mean,
but
I'm
the
sure
thing-
on the way out you were talking to Joe, and Joe's like, anything you need from now on, sweet,
Yes,
this, that, and
he
the
did.
other. And Joe's the best.
Yes, but
Yeah, no, they're the greatest staff. They were so
And
accommodating.
they're like that every single day.
Yeah.
But what I was saying is we were very hot in the beginning. Taylor got up.
No, Will.
Will, I do that all the time. I apologize. You guys are a team. It's a team game. I don't
no
see
question.
there's no
Team
I
game,
in
yeah.
teams.
Yep. Yes.
Will got up, put 10 grand down. You blinked. You were down 400 grand.
Yeah.
3.
350.
You were close to 4.
350 at one point.
Now, Dana basically just starts betting for you when he senses trouble.
Oh, I didn't touch a card.
Yeah, Dana
I
takes
didn't
the
touch a
cards.
card last
and
night.
Everybody that jumped up there, nobody touched anything.
No,
Yeah.
I didn't touch a card.
So he takes it upon himself to make sure that you have the ammo, the time to get your money back. Because if that's you can't. I don't think you are going to sit there through
No.
300 grand worth of losses.
There was a lot of.
But you're not.
I was in hell. Yeah.
But
yeah.
you were never
Mentally.
going to have to pay that. Dana would have ate that. He wasn't going to be like, Will, you owe me 300 grand.
Exactly, but there's still the framework of being indebted in any form
100%.
of fashion.
Of course. It would have sucked.
Yeah, no
But-
question.
but-
Like that is the
100%.
biggest fear
But,
about all of it.
but it's not really gambling because you can't lose.
That's not true. Now, in Will's situation, what you guys are saying is correct because there's a very a definite thing that Dan does that you have to listen to. If he says, give him 30, referring to 30,000, now he's talking about my credit line. If he says, give me 30, then he's now talking about his own credit line. While Will was going, he said, give me 30.
Yeah, but I didn't see.
He was playing for Will on his own credit line. So at no point was
That's
Will.
what- yeah, that's
it
just
was Will
what
down
they're
30.
saying.
But what I'm saying you can lose is in August this past year, I went to a Power Slap event and I played from 9 p.m. to 7 a.m. And the only reason why I left the table is because I had to go catch a flight and I lost $320,000. And I actually had to wire the money from my bank account to Red Rocks.
But if you had just missed your flight, you would have won.
Eventually.
Yeah.
I think so. I've seen Dana down $2 million.
Oh, in a second, listen, what happened with Will, the cards turned in his favor, but 9 out of 10 times, in reality, they don't. And
Yeah,
you
you
go
just-
from
you're just like,
300
I
to
gotta be
600.
done.
I think
How many
Dana-
times-
It was sickening. Like that was. I woke up in the middle of the night, 4 a.m, and caught a full cramp in my calf and was fighting for my life for 10 minutes. Swear to God. I was, anytime I laugh, I'm starting to catch
But
a
how
full
many
body cramp.
how many times in your life have you played a blackjack table and won money and just been like, okay, I'm done? How many times have you seen it?
That's
through?
the only time I'd ever
I'm gonna,
do that.
I'm going to go and get it back.
Right.
So inevitably,
But you
no matter
need
how
the-
long you play, if you have all the money in the world, you'll be able to win it back eventually.
Yeah, if you have the ammo, you're willing to do
Right,
it.
you have
but,
the ammo. All
but
about
I,
the ammo.
This is, again, I think last night was Dana's like, I'm going to make
He's
sure
trying
they
to
have
show
a
us
good
a good time. Yeah.
Yes.
No,
Yeah.
and he was a great host.
Yes.
It was,
If
Tunnel of
if
chaos.
anybody was down, he would have been there the entire night.
Right.
And he didn't really matter if he knew who he was, just like the Barstool guys.
So it's
I
not
think
like-
at the end he's like, you guys are out of guys, right?
Right.
Because
Right. There's no like.
Who wants to come up here next?
Right. There's no rigging or anything. It's literally just Dana has more money than God, and he wanted to show us a good time, and we won.
Like Dan was saying, I think the risk is time. You could have been if you didn't come back.
Like
and-
I thought we were gonna
in
maybe
my
have to
head-
stay there for 24 hours.
Right. In my head, I'm thinking, I really might have to fucking be up all night now. Which
and then he has power slap. He has to get up and leave, and then it's like, whoop. I mean, you have to go be in the contest now. He's like, I need a guy. You're down 2 million.
First round.
You're
It's
in
a
power
big
slap.
content.
Yeah,
You're going up against a heavyweight.
you belong to me now, Will.
which is not where you want to be. Ever.
Yeah.
Tunnel of Chaos, though, we would have been there all night with you.
Yeah,
We
no,
would-
I
we
wouldn't
would
have
had
left.
to-
I was not. I was
left.
ready to stay there all night.
I felt you guys. I felt you guys. in my
And to
ear
be
all the
honest, they were so making sure at one point you were out of chips, and I went to give you my last chip, and they didn't let me. They're like, no, we got it. We'll make sure he's okay, which is, I appreciate it.
Yeah, it was awesome.
So very nice. We had a great time.
Oh, it was a
but
great
it's
night.
not as, I get it now.
Yes.
Now, you said you lost, but he also has covered you in the past, right? Or helped?
There's been times where he's helped. I've been down, and he'll start playing, and he'll win, and he'll take some of his credit line off, and then take some of mine off as well. But there's never been like a complete save. Like the time Steve and I were able to get his credit line back, or Steve had one last time I was here that was 175, and Dana and I were able to play and get it back for him.
Yeah.
But I haven't had.
Yeah.
I like to think in my brain, my delusional brain, that if there was ever a time I was down $500,000, I feel like, and it's a hope, not an expectation, that I have like something in my back pocket and be like, please God help me.
Yeah.
Because I don't have, I can't do that.
It makes a lot of sense at first when we went. Well, we got to wait for Dana. And people are calling me a pussy, too. They're like, why you let Dana touch your cards and tell you what? It's you would, too.
I said I wanted $20,000, and he gave me $20,000.
Dan,
Yes.
you handled it best. You sat down and you go, so what do I do? Touch the cards? He goes, no, don't touch the cards.
Yeah.
I'm going to do whatever you say, Dan.
Yeah, I was like,
And
whatever you want to
yeah.
do, I'll fucking do. I
And
don't
you literally
care.
kind of just looked at the table and
Yeah.
waited for your fate to be
Then
decided.
it was like 3 hands. And I was
Yeah.
like, okay, good,
Yeah,
done.
he
But-
took it over. I mean, the
but-
first hand, I wanted to double. He's like, no. It's like, okay.
Titus was the best.
I was
Titus
in the rear.
was
Titus-
the
He's
first
like, who's
loss.
fucking telling you to double? And they pointed at Steiny. Steiny, get the fuck out of here.
Titus didn't realize, because like even Hank, PFT, Jerry, they all won very quickly. Titus went up and he had to fight like maybe 10
Titus
hands.
looked like he was going to die.
Titus-
It looks
Yeah,
like,
Titus
because he
had
was
like
like in the
7
back of
hands.
his head, and that was the other part of it. Is like once I won, once Dave won, like Titus is not going to lose because we're
Right.
there to help him.
Right.
So it's a winning culture. I said we were like
Yeah.
the '90s Cowboys.
And
at the dinner line.
Yeah.
Especially if you
yeah.
start small at that table.
You're right.
Like,
Yeah.
you know, I don't know what they would have done if I lost, whether it's covered or because I had the same credit limit as Dana.
Right.
I just didn't.
Which, how good of a feeling was that? When
Yeah.
they're like, what's
I
his
know,
credit
that was
line? And they go,
crazy.
same as you.
Dana was like, ooh.
I mean,
Yeah.
I had.
I was wondering what
actually had-
Dana was feeling.
I technically had a more of a
he had
credit
an
line than you
unlimited
and
stuff.
Dana.
That had to
Yeah.
be fake, though.
He
because-
said to me when I walked in, he goes, "Whatever you want."
yeah, I don't know, because I had to sign something.
Yeah, no, he said, "Whatever you want, just let me know the number."
That happened to me the first time I went to. I didn't do anything, and I was like, hey, what is the credit? They're like, we know you're good for it.
Yeah.
I'm thinking,
I mean,
I
I
don't
am.
know if I know. Like,
No,
how
I
much
mean,
is
I
it going to
am,
be?
but yeah. It
Titus,
was-
Titus was, I loved his reaction. Will too, like he was actually sitting on like the top half
Oh,
of
no.
my backpack.
Will was
And
fighting.
I went to grab my backpack and I go, hey, can you stand up? And my backpack was soaked, like ass
Oh,
sweat
sweaty.
just soaked
I
my.
mean, yeah.
And it's still
You
got a
were there
stench
with
this
me.
morning.
Oh.
Yeah, you were in a war, brother, and it was very cool to see you come out of it.
Taylor's like, how great was that? I was like, that was terrible.
Yeah, you didn't want to play.
I walked away so thankful that it just went that
I
route.
mean, when
Yeah.
you really think about it, being down $300,000 in like 10 minutes is crazy.
Crazy.
Crazy. And then you win one, you kind of just like, all right, we got to win a lot more.
Yeah.
And then,
Yeah.
and then
Gotta
you
win
lose
10
and
more.
double down, they just start throwing the purple fucking chips, and you're just thinking, this is.
That was the
this is
big
hell.
one. You had, I think it was 30-30, and you doubled both and won it.
There's
And it was
one.
like,
There's
bang.
one hand.
Yeah.
He doubled a picture, and the dealer at 20 turned an ace. That turned the
Yeah.
whole thing.
Yep.
That was the whole thing.
Yeah, we were up.
All right. So that's the tunnel of the
Tunnel of
tunnel
chaos.
Tunnel of Chaos.
which
Tunnel
was
of
great.
Chaos.
We got to sell the shirts. By the way, Barstool Live is
Yes.
sponsored by Mango RX. Better sex. Who doesn't want that? Mango is clinically proven to help you get and stay hard. Our fastest acting ED formula contains the same active ingredients in Viagra or Cialis in a rapid dissolved tablet for optimized bedroom performance and takes effect in only 10 minutes, not an hour. Like other treatments, get a free online consultation today. And if prescribed, Mango will ship discreetly to you. No awkward doctor visits, and it's affordable, so you get more bang for your buck. Man up and visit MangoRx.com to start performing your best in bed. Man up and visit MangoRx.com to start performing your best in bed. Use code Barstool for a free 3-pack of ED pills right now at MangoRx.com. Also, SUPERCUTS. So you see it right there, the high score. Here's what SUPERCUTS is doing for everyone for the big game. If the big game score is 75 points or more and you sign up right now at supercutshighscore.com, you get a free haircut. Why 75? Because SUPERCUTS has been doing hair since 1975, and 75 just so happens to be the highest ever score of the big game. So we're looking for the over. We're looking for points. We love points. Over on the SUPERCUTS high score, 75 points for the chance to catch free cuts at SUPERCUTS salons nationwide. Head to supercutshighscore.com to register. Read the terms and conditions, and for eligibility, I get my haircut at SUPERCUTS. Go right now, supercutshighscore.com to register. Read the terms and conditions for eligibility.
Oh, I didn't know she blocked you.
Yeah, it was bullshit.
Yeah.
College football news. We got some stuff to talk about today.
We do.
So first, we had Bill O'Brien leaving Ohio State as the offensive coordinator, never coaching a game, moving to Boston College. I thought that was hilarious. Ohio State answers a couple hours later. To be honest, I was so confused because Chip Kelly went from the head coach at UCLA to the offensive coordinator of Ohio State. I don't know that's ever been done.
Yeah, I think from everything I've read and heard is Chip Kelly was on the outs with like the alumni and all those people at UCLA. So it was kind of a writing on the wall.
He wasn't going to get one last season?
He was going to get one more season, but it was like pretty much a season to fail.
Yeah.
Like no matter what happens, unless they win the title, he's going to be gone. So he's like, all right, I probably have a better chance at Ohio State. Instead of getting fired, I'll go to Ohio State. We'll fix Ohio State because their offense has been a little bit broken, and then, pick a job.
And Michigan gets Wink Martindale from the Giants defense coordinator.
Insane. Yeah,
you like that hire?
I like that hire. Yeah.
Loves to blitz.
Jason Kelsey was talking about the Giants and how their end of the season when it started 10-1 and going really bad. He actually referenced Wink Martindale and how well he does against high-powered offenses with a lot of talent on it. So literally, that was a conversation we had 2 days ago. And now
did you get Kelsey on the bus?
No,
or bus
due time.
I
no,
think
because we want to get him on the bus.
Yeah, and I think that's gonna make that happen.
Yeah.
But Wink is a huge win. Chip Kelly, I mean, there's multiple reasons to leave UCLA. They're coming to the Big Ten as well. I don't think they're gonna. I mean, they know the writing's on the wall. They're dead. They're not gonna happen. And he knows there's going to be success at Ohio State because they'll win 10 games.
Right.
They're gonna win 10 games. Everyone's gonna be safe for another year.
Their offense has taken a step down, where if he comes and they look like old Ohio State, and old I mean like 2 years ago.
Right.
Then it's like, hey, I fixed this.
I mean, he's been paid.
The thing that brings me so much joy about Ohio State and how great their offseason is when they do lose to Michigan and Columbus, there's no coming back from that. You can't throw this amount of money at a program, bring all the best transfer portal, the free agent guys, you're bringing them into Ohio State, and when you do lose, you are dead. There's nothing you can ever do again.
The only thing I would correct about that is they're already dead. So they're just trying to change the narrative.
That's a good point.
But we want, and by the way, Troy Smith.
Yeah.
Dumbest guy who's ever lived.
Heisman.
Troy Smith, Ohio State.
Right? Heisman?
Yeah. You know what he tweeted at me today? Michigan is irrelevant.
Whoa.
Yeah.
It's the dumbest tweet.
Crazy.
Yeah, you can't
Take him on a walk.
Somebody like that, they must be so dumb, I can't acknowledge it. Like, we're the national champs.
We won the whole thing. We didn't lose one game.
We can't be more relevant.
Yeah.
Right. He's got to be disconnected somehow.
Yeah, Michigan is irrelevant.
More
You
storylines
guys are
than
on top.
ever. Yeah.
Even if
You're on
you
top.
hate
Michigan's on
us,
top.
We'll have our day.
The most watched college football, we broke the record 3 times for most watched college football game this year.
we can't be more relevant. And even if you want to take the negative side, where all people talked about all season with Harbaugh, whatever. So that was crazy. But the fact of the matter is the whole college football playoff has changed. So Ohio State, Michigan, most years, I'm assuming both teams are going to be in the playoffs.
Yeah.
So they're dead. Like, we'll always they have to win a national title to even start to talk about, like, oh, we're back on a level with you.
Right.
Like, they went, let's say Ohio State beats us in Columbus. I don't think it'll happen. And we both go to the playoffs. It's very different than we just ended your season again. You know?
You have to see us again.
Correct.
It's like you play in a division. You play in the AFC South. You beat them once doesn't mean you're going to beat them twice.
Correct. If we're both in the playoffs, it does take, don't you guys, and this, I don't know about your rivalry. That's like irrelevant. And
What rivalry?
Like Nebraska, Iowa, Nebraska, Colorado. Which one is it?
Colorado,
your last game.
But that guy got him. Remember that guy?
I know.
It was like 4,000.
We talked about that.
Nebraska, Iowa.
But I'm saying, truly, though, the Auburn, Alabama, if both teams, if it's not a season ender, it changes the stakes.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but if they go farther than you in the playoff or eliminate you from the playoff, like that's
Well, eliminate you in the playoff is huge stakes.
Yeah.
huge. Right.
But-
But if they beat you in Columbus.
Do you guys think Michigan's going to be good next year?
I do, but it's
I think it's
hard
I think
to tell.
I think the expectation of saying we're going to repeat.
No.
It's not. I can't
You
sit
lost
here
a
and
lot.
unbiasedly
You lost a
say
lot of
yes.
coaches, lost
You
a
lose
lot of players.
We might set a record this year for most guys drafted. 18 guys, I believe, are going to be drafted in this year's draft. Sharon Moore takes over. He's already undefeated against Ohio State as a head coach. But
They can't beat him.
You're implementing a whole bunch of new guys. They are arguably going to have the best defensive line
see.
in all of college football.
Lost
They're
your
returning.
defensive line coach.
Lost the defensive line coach, lost the DC Winkin. So, but you're bringing back a lot of talent from a defensive line standpoint. It's just about, can you keep the culture going after such a high and a prolific coach like
Yeah.
Jim Harbaugh leaving?
You
If
guys-
they can take those steps in the offseason, no problem. And it's a much harder schedule.
You
this
guys
year.
think you make the playoff?
Yes.
Yes.
That's
I mean, 12 teams, right?
right.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
easy.
yeah.
If you don't make the playoffs, it's like you probably shouldn't be.
I mean, you
in
guys
school
have a
anymore.
tough schedule.
Yeah.
Schedule.
But everybody does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there could be teams probably with 2-3 losses maybe in that, right?
fair,
No, definitely.
fair.
Yeah.
There'll be 3 loss
No,
teams
there'll
in
be
there.
3 lost teams.
So it's just a different world. So that was my only correction. Like, Ohio is so down, they're trying to just re-scramble and change the narrative. But it's over. We own them forever.
Forever. And it'll never change. They can win the next 10. We still own them.
Correct.
Yes.
Yeah, no, he's right.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
Win
broke
the next 10?
We broke their spirit.
Correct.
It's so above
Yeah, back in
beyond.
2023.
But if we're both in the play, like, they
No,
could.
if they win the next 10, what you're saying is crazy.
No, well, damn. What if they win the
join
next
Troy
10
Smith.
and we win another national title and they have none?
Well, yeah. Okay.
See ya.
See ya.
Yeah, we'd rather they can have the next 10 if we win another national championship.
Okay, what if they win the next 10 and they win 3 national titles?
Then they're back on even footing.
Okay.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
What if
gotta
they
win
just
3?
win the national title next year?
Huh?
What if they win the
Well, that's
national
not
title
gonna,
next year?
that's not
Well,
gonna
but
happen.
what if it happens?
But what if it happens?
It's not equal footing, no.
They're not dead. Yeah.
No,
they're
I
not
actually
dead.
think they would be ahead of you. 'Cause
Why?
It's the most recent title.
No.
That's not how it works.
You're
Yeah,
only
that
as
is
good as
how
your
it
last
works.
game.
No, that's how it
Yeah.
works. It's like
that is how
it's like
it
the boost
works.
ponies.
Yeah, I
it's like the
think
boost
so.
ponies.
Yeah, that's how it works.
No, it isn't because we ended their season.
Right. Okay, so what if they end your season and they win a national title?
Well, how would they end our season?
What if they play in the playoffs?
If we play in the playoffs and they win a national title, I'll say they've closed the gap.
Okay.
That's a fair point.
Thank you.
That's a fair point.
Close the gap.
Like we've dummied them 3 years in a row. Even though the score was closer this year than it seemed, we outplayed
I mean, they
them.
did beat you guys like 19
I'm,
out of 20.
I'm also
18
right.
out of 20.
But
I was a
before-
part of one of those. I need to respect that a little
Before
bit more.
that, it was the other
Is
way.
that Luke Fickell?
Yes.
Yeah.
And I will say, I mean, to what Taylor was saying earlier, all the expectations right now are Ohio State. Same coach. They got all these transfers. I don't even know half the team that we're going to have out there because everyone left.
Yeah.
So our expectations aren't as high.
And you just breed better players.
Yeah,
at
but I
Michigan.
mean, you guys have made the playoffs 3 years in a row. You
I
guys
think
should
there's
still
a
have.
lot of talking in the moment. If Ohio State, beats you guys the next 3 years, wins the national title, I think there'll be a little bit of a different tune.
Yeah. I mean, I'm
Because
feeling
then,
good.
then it's like, what? How many times
Yeah.
they beat them in the last 20?
Right. If they win a national title in the next 3 years,
This is what they do because
Yeah.
their teams
No, I'm
stink.
just
Well,
saying.
because they're losers.
Yes.
I'm
And
just
I don't mean
saying,
that disrespectfully. I
if
just
they
mean
win,
it's the
if
fact.
you guys
It's true.
win, if they win a title in the next 3 years, I think it's back to equal footing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Ohio
I'll
State's
say
back
this:
on top.
I have love for Wisconsin because you are a Wisconsin guy.
I
have
love
for
both
Nebraska
these
because you were
programs.
No,
Nebraska.
don't do this. I don't.
But
I,
you guys
I'm
don't-
not. I'm not like Will. I'm not going to take.
Someone
the
today
fake
in the audience
pat on
came
the
up.
head.
Somebody came
Don't
up to
take
me.
this.
I don't
I'm
take-
here
what
with
are you talking about?
You take the fake pat on
No.
the head. Don't do it. We're
Some-
here together. We're brothers.
Yes, arm in
Don't-
arm.
I don't want
Tunnel
your
of
shit.
chaos.
I don't
Tunnel
want
of
your
chaos.
shit. Tunnel-
Somebody
you can't
in the
just-
audience-
Hey, don't use tunnel of chaos.
we got-
Don't use tunnel of
no,
chaos.
we're
This is
tunnel
not
of
tunnel of
chaos.
chaos. We are the tunnel of chaos.
We love
We're
Michigan. We have
collectively.
love for Michigan,
Yeah,
too.
we have love for you guys.
Yeah, 'cause
No, you don't.
We're happy you
Yeah,
guys
we
got.
do.
No.
We're happy you guys won
I'll
a
pull
title
up
for
your
the first
tweets
time
like I
since
did Bailey
1948.
Pull 'em
Carlin.
up.
Yeah,
97.
pull up his
48.
tweets.
97.
Someone,
48.
you have very anti-Michigan tweets.
Will, I had to check Will on one of
Year
our
to
shows. He's
year.
been a very bad friend to me.
Yeah,
He's been a very
yeah.
bad
No,
friend.
he's been a
I'm
good
gonna Bailey
friend.
Carlin
He's
him.
been
Yeah.
a good friend
This-
because friends don't root for each other's teams. They root
No.
for each other's failures.
No, the Big
Yes.
Ten.
No, but true friends.
So when Dave put $1 million bet,
that was a bet. I said I was
But
rooting
you
for his
rooted-
bet as a gambler.
Don't.
Absolutely,
That's
I
just
was rooting
wording.
for him as a
You're
gambler.
not a lawyer. That's just you rooted
No,
for Michigan. because
no.
he put it-
If Dave didn't put $1 million on Michigan that game, I
You
would
would
not
want
have
Alabama to
You're
win.
not rooting for the Big Ten?
Listen, I want all my friends to have a team that gets all the way to the end and then loses in a tragic fashion, just like Dave does.
He's a selfish guy.
Just like Dave
No,
does.
I-
Dave
no,
loves
I-
to see
no,
pain.
I
You know better than the kid
yes,
with the
you do.
mustache.
No, I don't.
Pull up the picture of me after Duke, Wisconsin. Dave loves to see pain.
Don't pull that one up.
Yes, exactly. That's true friendship. You don't root for your friends' teams. You root for your friends' teams to have heartbreak.
That's an
100%
incriminating
disagree.
photo of what I'm
100%
talking
disagree.
about.
I root for you. You know that.
Listen, I rooted for Nebraska or Michigan.
Yep,
up
there it
until
is.
this
It's
year.
already. It's
No, you didn't.
Was I not around HQ talking? Hey, Big F.
Yeah.
2
you
years
gotta
ago.
root
That was
for-
2 years ago?
And I did it 2 years in a row while you guys were.
all right. Then if you're gonna pull, up
playoffs.
Dave's clip, pull up Will's clip of him saying, "I cannot wait for Michigan to fall," and it
No,
will
not that one. Not
this
that
year.
one.
Yeah.
They're
The
gonna
picture
fall
with
this
me and
year,
Dave.
and I can't
Not that
wait.
one.
It's gonna be so sweet when Michigan falls, and what they do.
I saw
They
a lot
didn't
of.
fall.
I
They
saw,
didn't fall.
Yeah.
And
I
that's-
wanted
and-
you guys to fail
And you
this
still
year.
got bad friend.
Yes.
Literally,
I wanted
we
you guys
live
to
we
fail.
Yes,
live
so what do
stream
you-
we live
But
stream
I'm
the
saying I
national
also have
champion
love for you
game.
guys.
Bang.
We live streamed it.
Bang! You think the guy on the left in that picture
that Casey?
isn't rooting for pain? That's 2 minutes after Wisconsin lost to Duke in the national title. You think this guy? I rest my case.
It's a bad friend.
I rest my
appreciate
case.
that.
No, he's not. He's a good friend.
No.
No, that's exactly what
No.
good friends
we
are.
streamed the national championship game, and Will was getting mad that Washington wasn't scoring points.
No, Will's
He's
a
like, man,
jerk.
can we fucking get these guys? Can we get these guys?
I mean, I had money on Washington.
Bets
because you're a scumbag.
tunnel of
That's
chaos.
just- I wanted you guys to
Tunnel of
lose.
chaos.
Yeah, that's a really bad friend.
Okay, that's fine. But I could still root for Michigan and have love for you guys this year.
Oh, you're switching your tune now.
No, I can switch it whenever I want to.
I have basically,
one likes
basically adopted Nebraska. Somebody when I walked in said, "Let's go, Dave. Make Nebraska great again, mediocre again." Excuse me. They said that. I don't know.
He's
That guy right
patronizing
there.
you. Don't fall for
Are you
it.
a Nebraska guy?
You fall for it. Don't fall for it. Don't fall for it.
I can't read
Don't
it.
fall for it, Will. He's
Well,
trying
he
to
fell
be-
for
Ohio
it. He just
State.
fell for it by
I
doing
know.
what he got.
He's not smart.
The
He won
volleyball.
Barstool Survivor.
Who
know,
led?
but he's
I'm
not
saying volleyball school, volleyball school.
Wrestling too.
Yeah. No, and basketball.
What?
We're decent in basketball.
Yeah. Dude, Will texted me. Wisconsin lost. They were up like 17.5. They lost to Nebraska. So he texted me chirping me, and I was pissed because Wisconsin
All
had
I
lost.
said was sorry.
He was
about it.
chirping me.
That's
and
a
then,
chirp.
And then after like a couple texts back and forth, he goes, "Just curious, like how do you get into the tournament?" And I got so much more mad.
Yeah.
Oh, who's this guy? Oh,
What do we got here?
expressions.
Come on up.
Expressions. What's up?
Expressions. Formerly a
What's up,
Barstool.
brother? How we doing, dude?
Another guy who worked for us used to topping.
Hey, were you mad? Hey, were you mad?
Put
Hey,
a headset
Hey,
on.
were you mad? You got an email? Were
Yeah,
you mad?
were you got it, Matt? You got an email?
Hey, listen, Portnoy, I got a month left on my contract. No, not a month. I got a year.
We still
and I
probably
come for my
paying your
money, blood.
ass.
No.
Paying
I
your
want my
ass.
money. I came all the way here, not for the Super Bowl, blood. I don't know the rules of that game. I want my job back, blood.
Yeah, wait.
And also, you're a fraud.
How am I a fraud?
As soon as you fired me, you stopped supporting Tottenham.
No, I stopped supporting
Lies.
That's a fucking
You're
lie.
a fraud.
That's
Dave
a lie. I
Fraudnoy.
was wearing
Dave
the fucking
Fraudnoy.
merch.
What
I was
happened to
wearing
Let's
the
Go
merch.
Coys? Let's Go Coys.
They
Let's Go
suck.
Coys. No, they don't.
Yes, they do.
No, they don't.
started.
Boston suck.
They started.
Boston
I still
suck.
root for the Coys.
Boston
What
suck.
is this? You're turning on me?
You turn it on me, you fired me, blood.
Well,
You
yeah,
get-
you were fucking making too much.
What do you
See,
mean?
layoffs.
No, that's a lie.
No,
Tell the truth.
no.
Tell the truth.
You make a
I
lot.
was shining.
You make a lot.
I was
We
shining.
couldn't sell your shit. You're overseas.
No, you need to fire your people. They couldn't sell it.
Sell them all.
of-
They're all
sales,
here.
Sales should be sacked, blood. I don't care,
Sacked,
blood.
I love
don't know
sacked.
none of your all you laptop merchants, blood, that are in sales. You should be sacked, blood.
merchants.
You know, like NFL when they get sacked, you man should be sacked, blood.
By the
You know
way,
them way
It's a
there.
good reference. It's a good reference.
I hope people see this. This is what I deal with every day. Like content people being
I
like,
got a
why
good
can't
question,
these
though.
asshole salespeople
No, but you know
sell
what it
shit?
is? One thing I can say is surviving Barstool this year was amazing, blood.
Thank you.
Why didn't you lot get me on that, blood? I'll come and do that.
I don't even
Why
think
don't
you
you
work
listen?
for us.
I'll come and yeah. It don't matter, blood. We can do a little freebie,
Where are you
blood.
coming from? You came in there like a house of fucking
Yeah, why are
cards.
you here?
You know what it is? Like, since I left Barstool, people are putting respect on my name, and I got an NFL ticket, blood, Super Bowl, blood. What's man talking about? I'm going, blood.
Someone gave you a ticket?
Yes. They gave it to me. I'm half man, half amazing, blood. Genetically jacked, athletically stacked. What are you talking about?
Who gave you a ticket?
Huh?
Who gave you a ticket?
I don't know, blood. Someone, blood. You know what I mean? But I'm going.
How is Tottenham that they're not doing? They
No,
started.
we're doing all right. We're doing all right.
They started with the new guy Ainge. They won all those games, and they went ice cold. And
Nah, because we had a lot of injuries. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
But don't talk about my team. Let's talk about Barstool, blood. How you gonna? I heard Barstool Radio got cancelled, yeah, because Nate and Keegs. How do you not talk about that on the show, blood?
We already did.
No. How did all of that drama happen, and then you come on and you don't talk about it?
We already
we have
talked
talked
about
No,
it.
they never spoke about it, blood. It was an episode.
Oh,
all
them.
the drama kicked off, and then them man, like nothing ever happened, blood. I can't believe it. I'm disappointed, Dave.
We fucking got rid of them.
Hey, the,
Oh,
crowd,
is
the
it?
crowd's turning on you.
Expression
On me.
The crowd's starting to clap against Dave.
We fucking got rid of them. Yeah,
We
is that what it is?
canceled the show.
Nah, listen. Listen. We need all of that. We need the drama. That's what Barstool's about,
But
fam.
they-
You get me?
They
I
didn't
thought when
co-
you sacked me, all of that was gonna come back.
They didn't cover the
I thought I was
drama.
taking all of your money. Like, yeah, that's what I thought, innit?
You're making no fucking sense.
I like it though.
They didn't talk
but he's
about
good
it.
at talking.
I got rid of
But
him.
he's good at
But
talking.
he's
It
not
doesn't
even-
matter.
He's not
It
even
doesn't
cool
matter
talking.
if he's making sense.
Yeah,
It
they well,
rules.
him and Troops, they just say blood everywhere.
Hey, Dave, do you miss me?
No.
What you mean?
What a fucking miss
Oh,
you.
my days, blood.
How
See,
many-
that's why I didn't get invited to the Miami mansion and that. You know what I mean, fam? It's crazy, blood.
Fam
You get me?
blood, fam blood,
Brother, I
fam
supported
blood.
you with the fake tan, the super noodle trim, everything, blood.
I don't have
I don't know
fucking
what that
fake
was.
tan.
Oh, no, my
fake
bad.
tan.
Maybe it was wrong information from the office, but blame Stephen Che, blood. My bad, Che, blood, if you're here, fam.
No, he's not
And,
here.
and if he sacks you, blood, you know what I mean? I didn't mean it.
I don't know what to say to any of that.
You gonna give him a job back?
No.
Okay.
Why not?
He covers soccer. We couldn't sell it, and you're expensive.
Oh, is it?
It's a waste of grass.
So what? How much more am I getting than Rico, blood? Because he gets bare chances. Where's my chances?
No, you would get.
Where's Bosco? Huh? Huh? Bosco. Rico Bosco.
You're going after Bosco.
How come when you sacked Mincy, you had him selling watches? What about me? I could have sold some watches.
Dude, you got your own thing in fucking your. What kind of watch you wearing right now?
A Casio.
Shut up. Are
Cartier,
you?
blood.
It's a little too high end. You got fancy
Nah,
Arctic
I'm
watch,
playing.
man.
Now you lot know I'm playing, blood. I ain't gonna lie. My time at Barstool was sensational.
I
bruv.
know you're
I
just fucking
appreciate
around.
all of you lot. And bruv, I'm a big fan. Like, trust me, if you lot want to do like an alumni thing, invite me for surviving.
Ooh, I
Barstool.
like that.
I'll roll, blood.
Wow.
I like that.
I'll
An
roll.
alumni
An
surviving
alumni.
Barstool would rule.
Yeah,
Who would say yes?
I'll come.
I know you're one with Troops.
Yeah, I don't know about him. I have to ask.
I think
Bailey?
Bailey would say yes.
He may. He's crazy
Yeah.
enough. He said he wants to come on fucking the.
I think McAfee would maybe say yes.
Hey,
No.
Yeah.
McAfee,
I think he'd be down.
Jenna Marbles, Alice Cooper,
Yeah.
Imagine if we had an
J-Mac too.
J-Mac too.
Oh my God.
see, I'm bringing
Mo.
ideas to the table, fam.
That would rule.
You are great. You're great at what you can do. We can't sell your ass, and you're expensive.
It's you lot's fault, blood. I
Well-
don't even blame Dave no more. Laptop merchants, blood, all of you, fam.
We
You're the
can't
reason.
sell. We have sometimes don't sell people in the U.S. You're a different market.
Nah, I hear that still. We moved though. It was a great ride though, innit?
It was.
It was.
A great
Yeah,
ride.
I mean, fam. Big
Yes.
up Barstool. Barstool
Yes.
Sports to the world and back. You already know.
Expression.
Love that.
When I heard you lot were here, I had to make sure I just come and say Wagwan, you know what I'm saying? But I'm going to take up too
Did they
much
know
of
who
your
you
time.
were right away? Were they like, come on in?
What do you mean,
Yeah,
fam?
Pat does.
They was like, what?
Pat-
You're a stoolie. Oh, my God.
No, did they know that you work for us?
Nah. I had to sneak round the back in that, fam. You know what I mean? They thought I was trying to take the TV and that, but I had to let them know, innit? Like, I used to work for Barstool and that, you get me? But
right.
anyway, man, it was
Expressions. That was
My-
electric.
An electric fucking entrance. Electric.
Oh my God.
Dude, that was
I
awesome.
still root for Tottenham. Don't put that in the world. No, I didn't sell shit.
That was electric because Expression just he felt the
7 different kinds
yo.
of smoke.
not only that but like
Expressions.
He kinda got you.
to know like hey
He got.
to know that he's like I'm gonna do 10 minutes hard and then at the end be like nah I actually love you guys.
It was a great hot and cold. He came at you and then he turned on sales. By the way, sales team on behalf of Bustin' with the Boys, keep doing your guys'
Our
fucking
sales
thing. You guys
is
are
doing
unbelievable.
much better.
You guys
We-
are doing incredible. Thank you so much.
Great job, sales.
We tried to open the European market with soccer. Him and Troops are as good as soccer people as you'll find. They ain't cheap, and we couldn't fucking sell it. It's a different market. We aren't good at selling the UK.
Shout out our sales team. MB and I have buried the hatchet. That was a 2-hour grudge. Josh Allen last night was awesome.
Oh, and
mean,
live
incredible.
events, Lisa
Yep.
has gone to her grave saying she did not force memes to change
Correct.
the joke.
I talked to her as well. So both of those, I love MB, I love Live Event Lisa. Live Event Lisa didn't. It felt like it was she came in, saw it, was like, and then they cut it themselves.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that
What'd
was
they cut?
a joke. Max and Osama bin Laden. Josh Allen, though, what a dude last night.
He's the
Show
man.
up. I literally called him at 5 o'clock. I was like, "Can you play trivia at 6:30?" He's like, "I got a dinner, but I'll move it."
That says a lot about you and his relationship.
But he's just like he's just
he's
a
a guy's
guy's
guy.
guy.
Yeah.
A guy, and he was awesome at trivia.
And
We
you were-
beat the shit out of his team.
Yeah, you guys got dummied.
That was a tough loss.
Well, I hand up.
Tough loss.
The tank was killing Clem, actually, because he thought there's no way Clem should not know a Michael Kadire question on the Mets.
Yeah.
So he was stunned that he missed that. We actually had the rundown today. It was me, Frank, and KFC. So all the Super Bowl going on, and we just talked about
The Mets.
The Mets, because Epling their old GM got suspended for a year.
Oh.
So they just went after each other for half an hour.
That's perfect.
Jersey Jerry going out with Micah Parsons. Jersey Jerry, first of all, we have such clowns at our office. Steve Che goes up to Greg Olson. They've never met. He's like, I just want to say I apologize because, like, I said you were terrible at being an announcer. Greg, he's like, who the fuck is this guy?
Yeah, no.
And Che says it in that way is just dead serious.
Yeah.
Like,
No, he said, Che, I talked to him about it today because I was like, dude, he's like, what? That's pretty nice to say that I thought you sucked, but you're good now?
He didn't
I
even say he was
"No."
good. He said he got better.
Yeah, and I was like, no, dude. And Che was like, but when we first met, you said you said that I sucked, and I was like, but you do suck. Like Steven does suck. So it's crazy to do that to a guy you've never met.
And he continued, like Greg was playing along, but was more like, who is this? Because he's like, well, I watch a lot of football, and it's like you just weren't good in the beginning. And he's like, well, all right, fine.
Like Greg is fully aware that he was like, hey, I've said a lot of stuff about you that you probably know about. I just want you to know I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So he's just thinking, what the fuck
Yeah.
is
Well,
going
Greg's
on?
like, who is this guy? And then Jersey Jerry taps me. He's like, do I have permission to say hello to Greg? And I'm like, yeah, say
Jerry's
hello.
the best.
Pulled out his phone. He goes, Greg, what do you think of these stats? It was just J.J. Watt.
T.J. Watt, yeah.
T.J. Watt. And he's like, can you believe it? And he went off on that tangent. Well, we bring in, like, obviously, Josh Allen's as big a get, really, as you can Super Bowl win.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Greg is huge, bigger than I would say bigger now than when he was playing. And
Yeah.
he was a great player.
Yeah.
But when you're, like, in the booth and talked about, and our guys, they're just, you got Frank the Tank doing the waddle and
Josh's face.
Yeah.
Which doesn't even work because Josh Allen is 15-1 against the Dolphins. So it's like, take the trivia out of it.
Yeah.
He just dominates them. So I do have a Jersey Jerry story. Jersey Jerry, if everyone was following along, he had his issue with Lucas, who he suspended. He demoted Lucas, promoted his guy Ryan. Ryan is a great guy. Ryan's a skinny, tall guy who's behind the cameras. If we could have a whole company of Ryans behind the cameras, it would be the best thing ever because he just does his job. He laughs at your jokes a little bit. You guys seen a pro football show.
Yeah.
He laughs at your jokes.
You guys are great at that.
Yeah, he's awesome. He's awesome, though.
Laughing?
You guys are great laugh at jokes.
Yeah,
guys.
yeah.
But you want that. If you're talking to somebody, you're trying a joke, you're
Yeah.
trying to give me the laugh
Yeah,
so
give
I
it
feel
some.
more confident to go back.
So
I'm not a great laugh at joke guy.
So Ryan,
Who's not?
I'm not.
yeah,
If I don't think it's funny, I stone you.
yeah.
Yeah, but you do get like a... that to me is a crumb, and I'll take a crumb all day.
Yeah, so
there it is. Needed it.
Ryan is incredible dude. He gets promoted to head of Jerry After Dark. I've seen Ryan. I've been working with him now for like 3 or 4 months, and the whole time I've been like, I love this kid. He's awesome. There's got to be something that I'm missing. Turns out he's a pass out guy. He just passes out. He passed out on the Park MGM casino floor Tuesday night or Wednesday night, and the paramedics had to come and like revive him.
Was it like the guy from Rat Race?
Dude,
Like he has that
and then we
disease?
had him on the yak, and we're like, so what's the deal? And he's like, yeah, I passed out probably like 3 or 4 times in the last few years. And he's like, one time I was like playing golf, and one of my friends hit my funny bone, and I almost passed out. And I was like, so you're a pass out guy? See, that's just what he does.
And that has always been the unique beauty of Barstool. We attract weird brains with weird, like there's no way to know when you bring him in that we got a pass out guy.
He's gonna
but
pass
it's
out.
like nobody is normal like in that role. He's a pass out guy.
So
And
I
there's
told
nothing
him.
that just explains he just passes
No,
out.
I
like
told
he's like
him-
one of those goats that just kicks
Yeah,
out.
right, pretty much.
yeah.
So I told him he does. I do want him to see a doctor because like I want to make sure it's not a real thing because
Right.
like you don't just pass out. But after he sees the doctor, I do think we're going to do a Jerry After Dark where he just has to stand with his knees locked until he passes out. It's like hours and hours, just everyone watching and just be like, when's he going down?
What was the end result with the Lucas fiasco? Has Lucas spoken?
I don't know, because I think Jerry suspended his Twitter account. So I don't know if he's spoken publicly.
Huh.
I haven't seen it.
I wonder how Jerry is
right
as a
move,
boss.
right?
Yeah.
Jerry's got to be tough as a boss.
No, he's pretty. No, I mean, Lucas ran over him.
Yeah, Lucas.
Did he?
Yeah.
That's why he had to demote him.
Yeah. Lucas just ran
Oh,
right
that's
over him.
right,
He didn't
'cause
do
he
the
needed to
highlight
get it.
video.
Yeah.
He was sent home
I
on a
feel like-
layover flight last night.
Oh, he was. So he had
yeah.
to stop over somewhere?
Yeah.
Oh,
he didn't
that's
get
a
back
bad
till this
punishment.
It's
morning.
like the eye in the sky.
That
I
was
don't-
Nick Hamilton. That's a
Man,
bad.
that
That's
came
a
from the clouds.
That's a tough punishment.
Not
to
to
have a
take-
red
Brutal.
eye layover.
Brutal.
Not to take Jersey Jerry's side, but the stats.
No, his
with
side is-
TJ
oh, yeah.
And Garrett and Parsons it's wild. If you didn't Photoshop it.
Taylor, we saw Myles Garrett this morning. Taylor walked up to him and let him know, like, hey, do you know who Jerry is? Jersey
Yeah,
Jerry.
I
He's
did,
like, oh, no.
yeah.
And he's like, he's pretty upset about you beating.
He should just
TJ
check
Watt.
his DMs.
Yeah.
Jerry DMs him all the time, calling him a little puppy.
We literally, last night at the Dozen, I saw Jersey and he showed me and he goes, I hope you're going to do right on your Twitter by saying something about this. And I was like, I'll do my
Well,
best.
the thing is,
and that was
too-
ringing true this morning when I saw Myles Garrett. I was like, I got to at least say, hey, do you know who Jersey Jerry is? I'm trying to do a little something for him.
It's true, though. Like, Myles Garrett had a phenomenal year. What happens in the media is, like, he had an incredible first couple of months. He got injured. He wasn't the same guy for the last month of the season.
Right.
TJ Watt was better statistically throughout the entire season. And JJ Watt tweeted it, and obviously it's his brother, but he was like, no knock on Myles Garrett. He's incredible. But what more does TJ have to do?
Right.
Like, that's the part that's got to be frustrating. It's like, if you beat him in every statistical category, what does he have to do? He has to get 30 sacks?
Do you think that we're kind of sitting in a situation like with Michael Jordan, how great he was, and you just kind of get used to how great he is, and like Patrick Mahomes now, where it's like it doesn't really faze you as much about all the great things he does? Like maybe JJ was so great, and this another Watt is also being equally great, so it's like bleeding off onto
I
him.
do think what happened, I mean, it's to the Michael Jordan analogy, like Karl Malone won an MVP. It
Yeah,
was
you
Michael
don't want to
Jordan
keep giving it
fatigue.
to the same guy.
And obviously TJ's only won one, but I think there was a narrative that Myles Garrett has been really, really good, never won one, he's got to win one.
Yeah, it's
And
kinda
that started early enough this season that it was kind of like there's nothing you can do about it.
And just as far as the value, like TJ's way more valuable to the Steelers defense than Myles Garrett would be. To
Yeah, his record when
because
the
the Browns
when
are
he
like
doesn't
one of
have
the
him.
best defenses in the league.
Yeah, and when the Steelers don't have TJ, they like don't win. It's like crazy.
Right,
the
right,
stats.
right.
I don't know whether this is a compliment or an insult to Jersey Jerry, but when I saw him going back with Micah Parsons, I was like, ooh, Micah, you may not want to get in these waters. It's almost like
Jerry's Army.
When you get involved with Crazy Rico, like, do you want to be the guy that is being harassed by a crazy person for the next, 10 years?
Right.
Like, you think you one tweeted Jerry.
It's never over.
It's never over. You have now a crazy internet person trying to haunt your dreams.
Right.
So you're better to let some dogs lie on the internet. And I think Jerry is one of those, to let lie. Like, I mean, who's the credit card guy? Rico's. The basketball guy.
Who? Oh, Doug Gottlieb.
Doug Gottlieb.
Rico's harassed him for 15 years.
Because Gottlieb supposedly, I don't even know if it's true, stole.
No, he did do that, but he apologized
stole
for
a credit
it.
card and call it.
And Rico just was like, no second chances. Guys had a million second chances.
He would harass him.
Yeah.
If he's on the air, he'd call in, just be like, what about the credit? That's Jerry.
Yeah.
Jerry, so Micah, I know who you're a pro player, you're great. You're thinking you're just trying to slap down a little internet guy. But you picked a crazy one.
Yeah.
You picked
he won't
one.
stop.
Jerry's
he won't stop.
Like that.
He won't stop. He's been canceled. Jerry's been canceled a million times.
Yeah.
So he doesn't care.
Hey, Rico doesn't give this credit card guy. There's no second chance.
Gottlieb, no, he never. I mean, he might have a little bit, but yeah, it's
was
a
15
very
years. And not
sliding scale, hypocritical thing where it's like you've gotten a lot of second chances, but this guy can't get a second chance. I don't know.
And there was no ha. He was trying to run him off the earth.
Yeah.
It was a real attack mode.
Hold on. Last thing on TJ. Did you send my annual video?
Yeah.
You did?
No, I didn't.
I know. Well, you didn't respond to me, so I sent the video.
I forgot to show it to him.
Oh,
I was with him
you
today.
get another apology?
But I have his number now, and I'll send it to him.
Okay, because I don't want to give a whole lot of context because we know this.
Yes,
is not the,
but it will be
an
an annual video spitting
yeah.
in his face.
Okay.
Multiple times.
Once. But in the video, I mean, I'm going to do it every year. For the next 20 years. I'm just
yeah,
gonna
it's
text
like a
you.
Super Bowl tradition. Like Pat Beverly gets traded.
And then
Taylor
I'll send
sends
you
the TJ Watt
an apology video.
TJ Watt tells us no on the podcast. Taylor says apology.
Yeah. And then we'd say, oh, remember when he spit in his face multiple times.
That
Bring it
was,
back
and I've
around.
said sorry so many times.
So many times.
So many times.
I forgive you.
I know, and I literally said, you and PFT could spit on my face on camera.
I don't want to do that. I would never do
You
that
actually
to
brought up the idea. That was last Super Bowl at the
That
Content
doesn't
House.
sound like me.
It's exactly what you said. It was
You're
verbatim.
All right, fine. I'll do it.
It could easily be like a Jameis Winston response though, like, no, I don't accept your apology, but I do.
But I
appreciate
appreciate,
Yeah,
I appreciate
yeah.
you
All-time-
sharing that
all-time
with me.
comment.
Yeah.
All-time
Unbelievable
comment.
when I apologize for.
And if he said that to me, I would still send him a video every year.
Also, just the context there, I apologize to Jameis Winston for throwing 6 interceptions in a video game with him. And he said, I don't accept your apology.
It's very
but
funny.
I-
The video of him doing his drills at the office, very funny.
Incredible, just
Very
instant. He just comes up with the craziest drill.
Sticking with awards, Lamar won the MVP,
Yeah.
deserved. Do you think he's getting to a point where it's almost bad for him to win the MVP, as crazy as that sounds, because it escalates like, well,
The
MVP,
talk, yeah.
but playoffs, like, you disappear.
And
Like,
both times it happens, they were the 1 seed.
yeah, and so if he wins, like you win 3 MVPs and you stink in the playoffs,
Yeah.
that becomes like a gigantic narrative. It's already a narrative.
Right.
Like some guys, Kyrie Irving, I think, wants to win an
Who
MVP
won the other-
over a
who
title
won
100% of the time. I think Lamar would say, give me a Super Bowl. I don't care about the MVPs.
Yes.
But he's winning them, and it's a weird one to win because he's coming off just that horrible loss.
Who is the
Well, at least to his defense, he got to the AFC Championship this time. Like he went a step farther than people.
But he was
saying
so bad in the.
Yeah, I know.
But I would
they
say-
didn't run the football. They
Yeah.
But
should
yeah,
have
look at the
something
list.
more.
Look at the list. So multiple NFL MVP winners. Peyton Manning 5 times has 2 Super Bowls. Aaron Rodgers 4 times has a Super Bowl. Tom Brady 3 times, 7 Super Bowls. Johnny Unitas way back when. Brett Favre has a Super Bowl. Jim Brown way back when. Montana 4 Super Bowls. Steve Young a Super Bowl. Kurt Warner a Super Bowl. Patrick Mahomes Super Bowl. He's the only one who doesn't have a Super Bowl on that entire list of NFL double.
So that
MVPs.
is, I think, if he doesn't win and you win I don't even know, like, give him, but if you win 3
Yeah,
and you have no Super Bowls,
yeah. 3 is
it's bad.
3 is of all the modern guys. 3 is Brett Favre, Tom Brady, Rodgers, and Manning.
I think this one wasn't his fault. I think the AFC Championship.
Oh,
that
it was.
game,
Oh,
no, they have the number 1 rush
No.
offense in the
That
entire.
pass in the
I
quadruple
agree with
cup.
you.
The passing, yeah, but if you
I-
run the ball 30 times that
I
game,
agree.
you beat the Chiefs.
I
And now
agree.
we're sitting here going.
Why do you, all right, we've talked about this. The only thing about that, I'll give Patrick Mahomes the benefit of the doubt that if he needs to go get points, he can go get points.
Yeah.
So we don't know. He always had the lead. He's not going to make a mistake. If there's game pressure on Patrick Mahomes, he seemingly rises. So to be like, well, if you run the ball, you do whatever, you don't know what the Chiefs would have done.
right.
Yeah, that's
But
fair. That's a fair point.
so-
but we're both talking
Ta-
what ifs, right?
Taylor, it was a terrible, terrible game plan, but Lamar was also not good.
But I feel like he was trying to force some windows towards the end of that game, like trying to press too much. But I think if they had a better game plan and they ran the ball, that high pressure situation wouldn't have necessarily been there. But once again, I'm talking in what ifs. It's a very hard thing to argue. But I just think that this one, 2019, obviously I remember that game because we played them and
Yeah.
where they were the 1 seed and we just beat the Patriots. We actually ended the dynasty.
Yeah,
But
that actually was.
Yeah, and they went for it 4th and 3. He didn't get it. They gave him the ball multiple times. He threw picks. He had a bad game where it's like, okay, that narrative plays. This one, I could sit there and justifiably say for Lamar, like, that one is not as much on him as the 2019 one.
Yeah.
And you just think, like, 3rd time's a charm. Maybe he wins the MVP a game, and all of a sudden he makes it to the Super Bowl.
Speaking of that year, I saw your Instagram video at Super Bowl Media Day where you're like, we were 2 quarters away from a Super Bowl. I don't think 2 is correct.
Yeah, we were up at halftime.
But that's
Were
when
you?
Mahomes
Yeah,
scored right
I
before
don't
the
think
half.
you were.
There was,
you
it
were
was
up
a minute,
at the early.
It was a minute and change. So the parallels of that season was Week 10, we played the Kansas City Chiefs. They were up 10-0 on us, and then we ended up coming back and winning. At 10-0 after the first quarter in the AFC Championship, we were up on them. And I think it was like 17-10, and then Patrick Mahomes had a crazy 2-minute drive where he ran the ball for 40 yards. It was abysmal tackling by the tight ends, and he ends up scoring. And that's when they started to kind of run away with it a little bit.
So
we got away from the
you were
run.
down 21-17 at half.
Okay.
So that's
right in
not.
the
You
mix
were
of it.
3 quarters
We
away.
were 2 quarters
You were
in a
3
minute
quarters
30.
away.
2
from-
quarters in a minute 30.
Yeah, you were 3 quarters away.
2 quarters in a minute.
You're
30.
almost a full game.
We were up.
You were closer to
17, we were
you
up 17-14
Yeah.
at 1 minute and 45 seconds left.
You
in
were
the second half.
you were closer.
true.
You were
Yeah, it's just
closer
math. It's
to.
Michigan.
You were closer to a full game away than a half game away.
by minutes. That's correct in saying that.
All right, we're going to take a 10-minute break. We come back for the second hour in 10 minutes. So eat up, drink up, and we'll see you in 10 minutes.
All right, peace.
All right, we're back. We're back. We got our New Amsterdam Vodka drinks in our hands. New Amsterdam Vodka.
We're on the air, Benji.
From an uncompromising passion.
We're
for
doing a
great
show.
vodka. This heartfelt commitment to excellence has enabled them to produce. I like that guy.
He wants to be part of the show.
Yeah.
What do you got, Benji? Benji, what do you want to say? Do we have a microphone for Benji? Didn't we have a? Yeah. All right, here we go. Benji.
Hey, what's up?
What's up, Benji?
Lots is up. Lots.
Oh.
Lots is up.
So give us something. You got the mic.
Taylor.
Hey.
We're waiting on you, Benji. You got a microphone.
I know, but we're having a chat. Before we start, I want to tell him.
No,
But we are going. We're going.
live.
You're on it now.
It's all good.
All right.
Yeah,
Thank you,
I love
Benji.
that. I love that.
What do you got to say? What's the best thing?
What?
You said, what do I have to say? I said, what do you have to say?
Well, we're doing the show. He was doing an ad read. You asked me. I said, like the Chiefs. We're at the Super Bowl.
Yeah, it's all good.
All right.
I
Cheers,
love it.
Benji.
I love
Hey.
it. Yeah. Give it up for Benji.
Thank you, Benji. That's Benji.
All right. New Amsterdam Vodka is born from an uncompromising passion for great vodka. This heartfelt commitment to excellence has enabled them to produce an American vodka of superb taste and unparalleled smoothness. Their liquid is rated 93 points, 5 times distilled, 3 times filtered, while making great vodkas a passion. New Amsterdam Vodka is most inspired by those who stay true and who they are and share an unbridled passion for everything they do. This is why New Amsterdam Vodka is official vodka of Barstool Sports. So it is the beautiful New Amsterdam Vodka we're drinking right now. Find your wins with New Amsterdam Vodka. That's what they do. They find their wins every single day. So New Amsterdam Vodka, thank you to New Amsterdam Vodka, our wonderful sponsor. Delicious drink.
Salt got me good on the rim there.
Oh, yeah. I got salted.
Big time
Shout
salted.
out Benji.
Benji was electric.
Everything's good.
Who's Benji?
We have no idea who he is.
Everything's good.
I think Benji, what he said is better than anything actually worth saying.
Yeah,
The way he
it's all
handled
good.
that I thought that was really well.
He's like Pete. He's like a. You guys read to your kids Pete the Cat?
Yeah.
Yep, Pete the Cat. That's what he says. It's all good.
It's all good.
He keeps stepping in strawberries and blueberries. And
He just says it's all good.
His shoes change colors. He's like, listen, it's all good.
Yeah.
He keeps walking along and singing his song.
Keeps moving. That's right. You're still on the Chiefs. Hey, the buttons coming off one.
So Super Bowl's getting very close. I keep checking the line. I know it makes no sense. If the spread stays under 2, if the Niners are 1.5 point favorites or less, I will be on the Chiefs. If that line goes up and the Niners increasingly become 3.2 point favorites, 2.5, I'm going to jump ship to the Niners. I know it almost makes no sense, but it makes me think all the smart money will be on San Fran. Because I think if you just poll people outside of San Fran and Kansas City, 90% of people are saying Kansas City, Kansas City, yet the Niners are the favorites.
Yeah.
That makes me nervous.
Because the Niners are the better team.
Are they?
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, I'm not saying you guys are going to win. I'm not saying you guys are going to win. Literally what I'm saying is, on paper, you look at what the 49ers have versus what the Chiefs have.
Well, quarterback,
they're the
Where
better
they
football
play?
team.
I disagree.
Why? The only
Quarterback, coach, kicker.
You don't like to kick the football.
I'm telling you, though, these games are going to come down to field goals, and Bucker's a stud.
I mean, I know you guys love Kittle, but I mean, the Chiefs have a better tight
49ers
end.
have offensive line and defensive line, and they have better talent on the outside. Their running backs electric. Your biggest worry.
Wait, whoa. All right, keep going.
I'm on. That was saying he's really good at football.
I got confused there.
Yeah. I just think if there's a question mark, it's is Brock Purdy going to have a great game?
I think there's more question marks than that. I think the
Chiefs' offensive line is bad.
No, it's not.
Yes, they are. They have so
Patrick
many holding.
Mahomes got sacked one time.
Because he's Patrick Mahomes and he's so elusive.
Okay,
as far as
that's part of the
holding
offensive
calls,
line.
jumping off sides, and giving up lanes. That's what the Chiefs do. The 49ers have a great job of keeping Brock Purdy upright, whether the stats say that or not. I know you're a big stats guy. I'm just saying.
Big
when you watch
football
the film,
term. Keep him upright.
Yeah, they keep him upright.
All right, but I think it's more than just like what you just said. Like the Chiefs secondary is elite. The Niners secondary is not.
They have two
Well,
corners that are all pro
ever
corners.
since they've lost Hufanga, they have not been the same defense.
Debo Samuel, George Kittle, Ayuk, McCaffrey.
You're talking offense. I'm talking defense.
You're talking about the Chiefs' defense.
Yeah. L'Jarius Sneed has completely shut down number one option.
That's
on every
awesome.
other team.
The issue is the 49ers have more than one option.
I understand that.
Lots of them.
I understand that.
And they have a tight end that can
And
block
they also have
really well.
And the Chiefs' defense also has a very, very big edge in coaching.
Can I ask
yes,
this?
I agree with that. And the whole thing about Shanahan is he gets into the big game and things happen. That's where you go, and that's why everyone, where we get back to the,
I thought
the
you were on the
basics.
Chiefs.
I switch every single day.
Yeah,
I'm not, it's not, no joke.
It's a Niners day.
I have been on so many different places, and they'd be like, well, who you got? I'll be like, Chiefs. And I'll go like 5 minutes later, I'll be like, hey, who you got? I'll be like, Niners.
That's smart.
Yeah,
Here's
that's
what
smart.
here's
So you
what's
can
worried
find me
me.
saying whatever.
Here's what's worried me is if you watch the 49ers last two games, they should have lost them both. They've been outplayed the last two games. So if they play that game, they're going to lose. Now, are we waiting for them to wake up? They didn't. Green Bay, if Love didn't puke on himself in the second half, Green Bay beats them. Detroit, I'm not going to get on the coach for not kicking field goals because that's his thing, his OMO. But the fumbled kick, I mean, Detroit wasn't just winning. They were dominating that game till it flipped in the second. The Chiefs have looked better in the playoffs. They beat Buffalo. And they were winning the whole time against, I think, would have been the Super Bowl favorite against the Ravens.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. The Niners haven't looked good. Are the Niners living? There was a span of the season when the Niners were clearly the Super Bowl favorite. And is that what they're sort of kind of living off still? Because they haven't played like that team.
They have the talent to do it. They're a better talented team.
But they haven't been playing like that.
I know, but yes, and like Will has a great point. Like the Packers
didn't even have to talk. He had a great point.
Great point, Will.
He's got a great point about the Packers game. They won 58 minutes of the game against the Packers, or the Packers won 58 minutes against the 49ers. I get it. And then the Lions, I want to get Big Cat started on 80%, go for on 4th and 3 because he's got
65%.
He's got a whole percentage thing.
Yep.
I think you kick the 3 because if you make it, it's a dagger.
100. I agree with kicking it, not to take it, but if a guy never kicks it, you almost could argue the other way. It's like, why are you getting nervous? It's a big game. You're changing how you've coached the entire season. And that's what he does the entire season. So I had no problem with that. But, I mean, the ensuing kickoff after, you get stopped, touchdown, ensuing kickoff, fumble, then you don't kick the tying field goal. And it wasn't that just Detroit was winning. They were moving the ball with ease. Guys were wide open. It wasn't like perfect plays. They were dominating the game.
And the reason why is because the Detroit Lions have an elite offensive line and they can run the ball really well, which opens up everything else. The Chiefs don't have an elite offensive line to open up.
They've been running the ball pretty well.
Pacheco's been running the ball.
I think it comes down to if Pacheco can run the ball. If they can run the ball, if the Niners can make them one-dimensional, the Niners will win this game easy. If they can't stop the run, I think that's where they get in trouble.
I also think the Chiefs have gone through like this season where they've looked really bad at certain points, and they have figured out whatever the formula is for their pass catchers, and mostly it's like not having Kadarius Toney play and Mecole Hardman. They have figured it out.
And Kelsey almost looked like he was taking a vacation in the middle of the season,
and Rashee Rice,
and now he's ready to go.
Rashee Rice is a bona fide dude now, and they have Noah Gray and Justin. They found a formula passing the ball where it's no longer these dudes just drop everything.
It's a tough game to pick. It's basically a pick 'em. Well, I don't know. I keep checking. What is it at this? It went up to 2.
2.
So
but
you're
the
on
money line's
Niners.
plus 100.
Yeah. What?
So you're on Niners. You just said
No.
it goes 2.
No, that's go 2.5.
2.5.
2.5.
Oh, you're moving the goalpost.
If it goes to 2.5, we may have a switch on our hands. And as I've already said, I have $500,000 on it, so it's a lot of fucking money. My hands. I know it's a lot when I start talking about, and I just start doing this with my hands. Yeah, the hands start going, the body starts going. But it's a Super Bowl, so I'm excited. I had a question before we went on the break. Both of you guys. I feel like I know your answer more than your answer, because yours was more of a choice than yours. Do you miss football? And I didn't mean that.
That was mean.
I didn't mean that disrespectfully. I really didn't.
No, I got you.
Hey, it didn't even register that he threw a shot at you. I literally
That
just
was
started
not a
thinking about
shot.
the question.
Yeah,
That
So
wasn't
do I
a
miss
shot.
Football?
Listen, you don't retire from the game retires you.
Always. And you can't write history without using the name Will Compton.
That's true.
What's your phrase?
Barry Sanders.
But yeah, to answer your question.
No, the game kind of retired him. He was
Just sick of it?
Yeah, sick of everything.
There's parts of the game that I miss. But I found myself probably 3 or 4 times this year being like, man, I wish I was out there with the boys. And then I would wake up on a Wednesday
and be like, oh, I don't have to go to practice. I get to go do this. We're flying to Chicago. We're going to LSU. Like, I am extremely. If I didn't have Bussin or working with Barstool, then I would be in a much more like identity crisis type of situation that most football players go through. However, I feel very. I have a lot of gratitude for like what I was able to accomplish, even though it wasn't like the end goal, the storybook ending that I wanted.
No, you guys did it right. Where you
well,
started,
we retired you, right?
Barstool?
No. Yeah.
You guys made it a lot easier.
You guys did it right where you started.
No, I mean we announced it without.
You started your second.
Technically, I'm not retired.
You're not retired. You
not
started
retired.
your second career before your first career was over.
Yeah.
Which was huge.
Which was not even a plan. I was always like a plan A only guy. I never focused on anything else. And then, luckily for Will, we were high at a Chinese buffet one night. And he's like,
and he had listened to the recent
part
of my tape. And he was like, we got to do this.
Yeah.
What about you, Will?
I think it's easy to not think about just because we have Bus and we get to do all this fun shit and kind of like stay in it. But when I do sit and think about it, I definitely miss, obviously, the locker room and everything else. But you just miss kind of just like being in the process literally all year round. Like embracing the sub, bitching about practice with the boys, sitting at the cafeteria, preparing, like thinking once you get done with a new week, you got to watch the film, you got to see what you sucked at, what you did good at, what you got to build on. And like the next week, it's just like you have to prepare for something every week. So there's always like a new mission. So those things I do miss because you're doing it with everybody who has the same goal in common with you, which is the most fun.
Hell
you're fucking binging coffee. You're like, how late are we going to stay at the facility?
Yeah.
How many workouts are we going to – you're doing all this shit with the fellas, with the boys, getting in the foxhole. So when I do take the time to think about it, I do miss it because it's fun to think like, yo, we played in the fucking NFL. So to answer your question, it's like, again, we have so much fun, but man, like –
we'll never have it back.
Yeah, we'll never get that.
Right.
You never get to do that again.
And there is a point, like Will and I talk about this all the time.
I mean, the tunnel of chaos had to be kind of close.
Oh, it's
That was
it's the closest thing.
That was a locker room.
Yeah, that was locker room.
Yeah,
the tunnel of chaos.
Yeah, we even did like a team dinner beforehand.
Yeah, it was nice. Yeah. Dude, it like there is like a piece of you that when you're playing ball and you're solely focused on like being as good as you can, like even taking like a long weekend, like when you get to like Thursday to Sunday, by the time you get to like Saturday night, you're like, I'm not working hard enough. There's like that beautiful anxiety that you get of like, am I going to get found out that I'm really not doing as much as I think I'm doing? And then it's just like a grind that you hate at the time. But now looking back on it, you're like, your why was so prominent. Like everything you wanted to accomplish was like so in front of you.
Yeah.
And now it's like we just keep doing well and keep moving the goalposts and never be happy.
It's interesting too because but that's true, and it is interesting.
Right.
Like you guys are part of obviously the revolution in media, where you're in the upper echelon, but you'll end up making more in media.
I don't take that.
McAfee, same. Look, Greg Olson, who 3-time Pro Bowler, he's going to make significantly more money doing what he does. And you're seeing even walking around the hotel how many ex-athletes are now getting podcasts, media. It's like this whole new world. And I think a lot of the athletes are looking at it a lot quicker, being like, how do I get in this? How do I have a podcast? What do I do? How do I get involved? So it's interesting. It's like a second career because prior to that, if you weren't, on the desk on CBS or NBC or the main ESPN, like there wasn't much for you.
Yeah, you get maybe like a local TV.
Yeah, there wasn't much. Now there's a lot.
Yeah, unless you had a full-on plan of like, I got my degree for this, my job's lined up, but.
And they also like kind of anointed it. It was like, all right, if you play for the Cowboys, you're going to get a job.
Yeah,
right.
Like you have to win this many Super Bowls, you get a job.
Yeah.
It is,
now it's open to everyone. Look at that.
Yeah, you can do whatever you want.
Boys.
I think when obviously McAfee is like one of the guys that really started. JJ Redick is one of the guys that kind of toyed with it when he was playing. But
McAfee really didn't do it when he was playing.
Yeah, but he started.
Retired with using the bar, like with going into Barstool, right?
We had him while he was still active on the bus 1.0, we'll call it, on our RV, and he was very good.
Yeah,
and he had a disagreement.
He was doing stuff because he
was always funny. He had his Twitter account.
He and I had been in touch, and he was doing comedy, and he had sent me his comedy special. And it was like it was clear that he had that,
And nobody was interested when he was done with the NFL. We were, but no one. ESPN at the time was not like, hey, come. Nobody would touch him. It was new, so he came with us, and the rest is history with that. But he was obviously more successful, and there's a lot more. But it's NBA. There's a lot of it. Football, I don't. Shannon Sharp's killing it right now, doing how he's
He did 1 million subscribers in 4 months, right?
Yeah, killing it.
One quarter, 1 million subscribers.
But yeah, JJ felt like the only one I guess I can think about that was doing both the sport and podcasting
at the same time.
Richard Jefferson and Channing Frye did one. They did a podcast when they were with the Cavs, I want to say. But yeah, it's not a long list. Of guys.
The guy on Golden State who beats everybody up.
Yeah,
Draymond.
Pat Bev.
Draymond, Pat Bev.
Yeah.
But Draymond, he's with the volume.
Yeah.
So a lot of things that's happening now is like, say the athlete wants a podcast. You know, there's these networks that are like lining up to be like, we'll build a podcast around you. You just got to show. We'll do all this stuff. Versus like where I feel like we have a good head start with having our own show, like doing it ourselves, having our own guys, like understanding the more business side versus like, all right, we're gonna do 40 episodes, or we're just gonna do it during football season. Did you send me the production sheet? I'm gonna do it on Monday after a game, and they kind of set it all up and build it around.
And there's also
and you had the blueprint from us.
Yeah,
but there's also that's a reason why like I feel like Busting with the Boys is successful in such a great marriage with Barstool is because there is no like professional mainstream like people get to watch our show and to be like, okay, we're literally hanging out with a couple of guys and you're learning about ball, but you're also learning about inside the locker room stuff because we're very lucky to be able to play and have a relationship with guys where they feel like they can be like, okay, I can unlock my locker room.
Yeah, you guys are very, very similar to Spin Chicklets in that regard.
Yeah.
Where they have the hockey
Very,
relationships,
very
people
similar.
are very comfortable, they're not going to be exposed. And what we run into, we have athletes all the time, big, small, in between, who want podcasts, want whatever. A lot of them, I think, don't realize how much work goes into it, and they're just like, oh, I'll just go there, and those never work.
They don't realize how much work, and they're also, I feel like everyone has like a month of good podcasts in them.
Yeah.
It's after that first month, you're like, all right, what do we do now? And now I got to try to find guests and all that stuff, and it becomes a job.
And you think to yourself, okay, because I'm a good football player,
Right.
and they've been approached me, I'm automatically going to have success.
Right.
Like you have to have like the work ethic, kind of we talked about on your episode of Bustin',
No
that
one could
nobody
hear
could
it.
hear
No
because
one
the
could
audio
hear
was
it.
so
Yep,
bad.
yep.
But
that was disgusting what you did to him.
Yeah, they set me up.
Oh,
Disgusting.
Barstool gave us this audio contractor, and you think with
Disgusting.
you think with the money, you think with the money they have. Yeah,
I'm
they'd
going
be
to
able
give you
help
guys
out.
another compliment.
Ooh.
Your crew that you've assembled is excellent.
They have like 15 guys.
I don't. Maybe then
They
they're
got
not
JP,
that good
They got
if they
Jack,
have that many.
They got Jack 2. They got JP 2. They all look the same. They have a type.
We got
no, they're
squad.
great
It's
dudes.
that
They're
damn
very
boys.
good.
Stand up, boys.
Back of the bus
Stand
guys
up,
right
Jack.
there.
Okay,
Jack,
Jack,
stand up.
stand
You know
up.
Jack
They
wants
have,
it.
Stand up. Give
Jack
a wave.
wants it more than anything.
Give a wave.
No, those guys get it.
They're
get
on
it.
top of everything.
And they get it. Like
Everything.
even how they bust their balls, they get it.
Yeah, no, you guys got a very
I
good
laugh
crew.
every time. Is it JP or Jack who does the whenever you're like sitting by yourself? JP does, those make me laugh every time.
Where I like put up a
You'll just
nice
be looking
quote,
at, or
and
you'll
he's
be
just
looking
like,
at a computer like all confused.
There's I'll give flowers to Jack and Garrett. They are both Nashville guys, both like best friends. And when we first started this thing, Will and I sat down and Will's like, listen, you just got to show up. I will take care of all this stuff, blah, blah, blah. And I was like adding guys and doing everything. There came a point where like we couldn't financially hold Jack and Garrett anymore. And Will had to let them go. And they come back and they're like, listen, we love what you guys are doing. We believe in it, blah, blah, blah.
That's
We'll
awesome.
take X, Y, and Z. And now they've been,
To be honest,
they've been around for 4 years.
That is probably the most accurate indicator for like us.
Yeah.
Like we put in the, now we used to be able to do it a lot easier, but you know, we had guys who worked at Barstool, they didn't get paid like for a year. So we didn't have the money, but you know they're ready to go.
Liam, who used to do PMT and he does stool scenes, he literally didn't go back to college. And I was like, we can't give you a job right now. He's like, that's fine, I'll just intern. And that was like what he showed. And it was like, yeah, he's got a job for life.
It's
like,
pretty
he worked
clear
his ass
indicator
off.
of like
the work ethic.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what's happened on the show today? Dave gave us 2 compliments.
Yeah.
That was big.
And what's funny about that
I'm a
story
compliment
You
guy.
guys
If
did
you,
no,
you're
if
not.
you earn a compliment,
Can I give you
I
guys-
give you a
you're
compliment.
Can I give you
Not
guys
a
a
compliment.
compliment?
accept it
And how much
infamously.
does it mean when I give it?
It
You
felt
guys
good.
did.
Yeah,
you guys,
it felt nice.
You guys did a masterful job diffusing the Bailey Carlin thing.
Thank you.
Yeah, that was
Thank
really
you.
what
That
set
was,
the tone.
We're people.
Because your
Real quick.
answers were going to set the tone for the rest of the show.
Yeah.
Real quick update. He no longer wants to
Talk?
discuss it with me. So
I mean, you got to go on the
The
show.
update.
not
You
sure.
want to do it,
What
go
I was
on
going
the
to say
show.
about the Jack and Garrett story on the, hey, we can't keep, if you guys keep going. What was funny about that is we just did like, you sat down and you're like, hey, you boys are crushing it. You're crushing it. I talked to Jen Simons on the phone and she's like, say, hey, do you think we could split this cost or do X, Y, and Z?
Why?
She's
why?
like,
Why?
she's like, you got,
Oh,
she's
yeah.
like,
go
It's
ahead.
back in the day.
She's like, you got.
Well,
Dave was like, ready to go.
She's like, you got 5 people. Hey, she's like, you got 5 people, and all you guys are doing is this is when we're just doing Busting with the Boys once a week. Like you got 5 people, and you're doing 1 show a week. Like Spin Chaco's Part My Take, they're doing all these things, all these shows. It's kind of before we get the vlog going. Like until you are like doing more stuff, the answer is no.
No,
so then I had to go back to him like, hey guys, like.
Part of my take
I
for
said
the first 2 years, Hank just he edited everything. Like he was just the guy. That was it.
But when she was comparing the numbers, like you got 5 guys and all
Yeah.
you do is one show once
Yeah.
a week.
Yeah.
She's like, no, we can't take this on. Then I had to go back and like, hey guys, I kind of gotta let you go, blah blah blah. But anyway, funny story, stupid story.
I literally learned that story this year.
Yeah.
That happened 4 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You didn't know that?
No, I kind of knew like stuff was going on, but at that time I was like literally just focused on ball and showing up sometimes to the podcast.
Yeah,
which was awesome.
What was for you guys are all guest heavy? What was your best guest this week?
I don't know, man. Steven.
Probably Steven.
Yeah. Steven
Was he aware? Like, was he aware of you guys?
He said
he's electric.
He said he called us talented white boys.
Oh, nice.
And that was really nice.
Yeah, when we
But
had
was he
him
aware
on,
of you guys?
Probably not.
He said he was, but I don't know. Like I don't.
Yeah.
Trump told us we had a great podcast, and I know he's probably never seen one thing of ours.
Or he heard that you were a Bailey Carlin fan, and he's like, all right.
I got to turn this guy.
Yeah. I mean, Jameis, if it counts for Super Bowl week, was obviously incredible. We have one coming next Wednesday that we haven't announced. It was very good.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Where are you guys watching the game?
I don't know.
Home. My house.
Yeah, I got it. I understood.
Yeah.
Wait, what? Where?
Watching from home.
Oh.
Did we make definitive picks on who we're taking?
I'm on Chiefs. I'm 90% on Chiefs.
What about the video? The 13
The video
and
really
then the Purdy.
swayed me. But then people reminded me that I did the same thing with Lamar. I was watching a shitload of Lamar hype videos and how'd that end up?
Not great.
Watching the Chiefs against the Ravens, I was watching the Patriots in their prime. The way they came out, it was Brady to Gronk, and it was Mahomes to Kelsey. And it put chills, my hair. I'm like, I'm watching the dynasty again, and that's when I'm like, no matter what, I'm taking the Chiefs. Now, having said that, the Patriots lost 3 Super Bowls. So, I mean...
It's a tough game to win.
It's a tough game, and lately I feel like my brain stinks. Yeah, but they've been close.
Yeah.
They've been close games.
90s was all blowouts.
Yeah, people were saying the 2 weeks would screw it up, but they've all been close games.
Yeah, the only one that was, the Bucks-Chiefs was a blowout, and then the Broncos-Seahawks was a blowout. But I feel like everything else has been pretty damn close.
But what's your Chiefs?
Yeah, where are you going?
I literally have, what did I say earlier in the show? 49ers, I'll go Chiefs.
He also, Will can't, so Will is, another compliment, Will is very smart about football. I trust him a lot when he gives me an opinion. He can't be trusted with any Chiefs opinion.
That's true.
He picked them to not make the playoffs this year.
Yeah. And the year before.
And he picked them to go start 1-4.
Yikes.
So like he cannot, he is completely compromised with his Chiefs take.
Yeah.
He's been chasing it. He's a dog chasing a car.
With that being said, 49ers 34-17.
You know, I once got caught in that trap the year the Bucks won the Super Bowl. Prior to that year, they had never won a cold weather playoff game.
Like talking about in the 2000s.
Yeah, the year they had never
or something.
Yeah, they had never ever won, and they went into Philadelphia. And I've told this story, but it was with Elio. We know Philadelphia went right down the field, scored the first time. We said we take a shot every time they scored. They didn't score the rest of the game. That's when the Bucks beat the Raiders. They had that dominating defense.
Yeah.
But when you get behind on a team and you misread them, you can't get off of it.
Chase them, yeah.
But I think Big Ev actually said it correctly.
Oh.
Yeah. I think he actually had a smart tweet. If you pick the 49ers and win, it's a great pick. Congratulations. But if you bet against Mahomes and lose, you're going to be like, I'm a fucking moron.
It's a smart thing. I've been saying that for years.
Common knowledge.
But I've been saying that for years.
And it's simple. Bet on Mahomes. Bet on the best player in the league.
I said like 4 times this week. There are certain guys, Belichick, Saban, Brady, Mahomes. It's not just losing.
Harbaugh.
You can win or lose a bet, but when you have those guys involved, you can lose a bet and also feel like the biggest idiot in the world. Because everyone says, why did you go against Saban? Why did you go against Brady?
That's why my heart says 49ers. I want the 49ers to win.
I mean,
but
credit to
my
Big
brain
F,
is
but I
saying
have
Chiefs.
been saying that for a very long time.
I mean, you chopped
said
Big
everything
F's.
for
Well, I
legs
mean,
out.
I literally said. I think I said it on.
Trying to give this.
You're
Why
the
I think I
most
said it.
original
I
guy
think I
at
said it.
Barstool.
I think I said it on 3 different
This is
podcasts.
why I don't give compliments.
Yeah.
I give a compliment. He chopped
Listen,
his
I'm not
legs out.
saying
You
he took
have
it from
been,
me. I'm
you've
just
been
saying.
uniquely positive this show.
It's
No,
also
I
not.
get a bad
By the
rap
way,
for that.
No,
that's also
I've
not.
been around you enough to kind of have my sample size of like most of the time.
Well, you
Dave,
come in and you're like, you don't give good handshakes.
because you don't. And today was a great fix. You're very coachable.
You know,
But-
time out. Who's the big bald guy who used to play for the Rams?
Whitworth.
I saw him in the lobby. He came up to say hello. He goes, I heard you gave bad handshakes. That's how he greeted me. That's what you put into the
That's
world.
what
I gave
my
him.
voice
I
can
gave him
do.
a hug.
I went
did
to
a dap
handshake.
hug.
He didn't
Yeah.
give me
I
a.
might not have a lot of followers, but they follow.
Yeah.
Yeah, and now I'm the limp fish guy.
But it's what an opportunity for you to go fix that. That could be your narrative.
No,
now, but in 10
he
years
didn't
from now, it
even.
could change.
He didn't even give me a good. And what was Josh Allen doing with his handshakes?
Oh, they were fine.
He was limp fishing as well.
I hugged him too, so I don't know actually.
Universally, black football players are bad handshake guys.
Is that true?
Yeah.
I got fucking run over like a train by Donovan McNabb today.
Really?
Yeah, he was walking and I was like, "What's up, Donovan? Like, you remember we had you on?
What do
Like,
you mean,
we
they
talked to
lip
you.
fish?
Didn't break stride whatsoever. Just
Yeah.
like gave me a quick one and was like, whatever.
That sounds
Got run over.
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, and he told me that we had him on, and I brought
Schwarzenegger?
Up yeah, we had him on like
I think I remember
like a month ago, and I brought it up to him, and he goes, "Yeah,
that's his move, right?"
He's like, when people ask for pictures, I say yes. If they don't have the camera out right away, I've
You
already
wa-
said yes.
We saw Arnold Schwarzenegger in the early days of Barstool in L.A. Dan asked for a picture. Dan walked with him for 1.5 miles and never got the picture. He walked all the way.
He said yes. He goes, yeah.
And they
he
just kept
on
walking, and Dan walked, and
Yeah.
he just walked right to his car and got in.
And we had him on, and I told him the story, and because I thought he was going to be like, "Oh, I'm so sorry." He's like, "No, I do that all the time." He's like, if someone asks for a picture, I say yes. If they don't have the picture right away, I keep walking.
And you walked with them. You guys just walked all the way.
Yeah.
That's a good flex.
He's
That's
like,
a
I
nice
said
move.
yes.
Yeah, he did.
Like,
He
what
did.
are you to do?
He did.
Where do you stand on the if Patrick Mahomes wins this? We're having GOAT conversations.
Dave's been very fair about this.
Yeah, so if he wins this, for sure, you start having the conversation. Is he the next Brady? Could he pass Brady? He's not there. He's not even close. No. But it's fair to have the conversation for sure. And he's great. And I think it's because the Patriots are so bad right now. Like, I'm not threatened by the Chiefs. The Chiefs could never beat the Patriots. We went into Kansas City. We beat their ass. Brady, even though he wasn't with the Patriots, with the Bucks, beat their ass. So Brady has trump cards over Mahomes. It's like, I beat you.
Yeah.
And not only that, I beat you when I was 100. So
Do you think if D Ford doesn't play for the Kansas City Chiefs, when the Patriots had to go in there, they win
the
game?
offsides?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, the game was over if that was not offsides. The game was literally over.
But you,
And the old boy Rex Burkhead scores.
You said beat their ass.
Yeah, but those plays happen in every Super Bowl. Every run, those plays happen. I mean, the Eagles last year, Bradbury.
No, I'm talking about D Ford being in the neutral zone.
I know. I'm just saying those specific plays were like, well, fuck, like Bradbury last year.
Yeah.
If he doesn't grab that guy by the hip,
They don't
that
throw an
game
interception.
the Eagles have the ball.
Should that have been called, you think?
Yeah.
I do too.
I mean, neutral zone's crazy. It was a crazy way to lose, but and still my all-time, maybe in 20 years, my favorite video is the Bad Boys, Gronk and Brady, after they won that game with the Bad Boys. My God. For me, and hey, the Chiefs, I have no problem with you guys. You couldn't beat us. And you're probably lucky you don't have to play us in the playoffs. I am not threatened by the Chiefs at all. I respect greatness. Nobody knows greatness more than I do. I had some guy yelling at me when I walked in, Patriots suck. It's like I have so many rings. I can't even hear. I got 9,000 rings in my ears. We had our run, and I wouldn't trade it for anything in the world. If we never win another Super Bowl, I had a better football life than everybody in this room. That's just a fact. And Michigan. I mean, someone yelled, go blue. It's I got the Infinity Stone. I got them all. There we go blue. Right there. We've had it all. I've had the time of my life. What is that, Green Day? We've had the time of our life. I've had the time of my life. In the prime with Barstool. It couldn't have been better.
Yeah.
Look at I'm not trying to be disrespectful.
No, he's being disrespectful.
Dan's team's losers. Kevin,
losers.
And my team's winners. I had 6 cigars in my mouth.
I've
Who
won
does
3
that?
titles in my time at Barstool. 2 Stanley Cups and a World Series.
Yeah, I have, I think, like 18.
National championship.
Whatever. What?
National championship.
In volleyball, yeah.
In college football.
No, I'm saying I won one in volleyball.
Then when you streamed, didn't
And
you
one,
stream?
and
Did you
I think
stream?
I think I've won 3 in women's hockey. I think we have a dynasty.
Boom.
It's not a brag. That's
you
just.
want the football.
Oh, you don't respect women's hockey?
No, I do. I'm saying.
I don't think you do.
I'm saying out of all the sports, you
No,
want to
duh,
claim.
Will. I was making a joke, dude. I don't fucking care that I won a volleyball and a women's hockey.
You asked if I cared about women's sports.
I
What am I
know.
supposed to say? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's one of those when.
Yes, I do want a national title in men's football more than women's hockey.
No, I know that. Yeah,
Okay.
I know that.
Do you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Explain the analytics again.
Yeah.
I fucking love Will
So,
so
to answer your
much.
question, I respect the Chiefs. I think the Chiefs are great. And I respect Mahomes. I respect Kelsey. I used to not like Kelsey, but I'm a Swiftie, so I have to.
I love Travis. He's
He
like
came across as very douchey, and it was a.
No, I thought the same thing, but when we went down to Nashville and tight end you, like he was.
Everybody says he's a great guy.
He's a
the
great
best.
dude.
He's
Like
the
he
best.
was. He had
Having your own dating show is douchey.
But he had every right to be like, I'm Travis Kelsey, and like he came in and was like, love what you guys are doing, and like
No, he
chopping it up.
literally everybody.
Yeah.
And
every level
I feel
says
like
great
the
guy.
dating show is douchey if you want the dating show, but I feel like Travis is the type of guy if like you present him something, he's like, yeah, I'll do it.
Oh,
Yeah,
I think he can be a great guy. He loves the limelight.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
everybody does to some extent.
Yeah. How bad is this going to be if the Chiefs win this Super Bowl? For you, personally.
Why?
Just because he's been chasing the dog.
Oh.
In the car. The
You
dog
just get
chasing
so
the car.
wrong in the fucking Chiefs fan base. Just
They're brutal, dude.
Yeah.
Like the fact that I like Josh Allen, Chiefs fans want to kill me for.
Yeah, and I'm gonna
Like just the fact that I like someone else.
That's a crazy thing.
It's crazy, and I said a million times Patrick Mahomes is the best quarterback in the NFL, and they're like, "But you said Josh Allen's good," and I'm like, "Well, what the fuck?"
Josh Allen's great.
He's great.
And then you get all these Husker fans that are also Chiefs fans. So it's
Oh
like, hey,
yeah.
just constantly coming. I'm constantly.
You're
wrong about
just really struggling with your football life, like teams.
Yeah,
Because,
but Nebraska may be making the tournament.
it. What do you mean by that?
well, Nebraska's horrible. You're just talking about this Chief
I mean,
problem.
Nebraska's not horrible.
And you're a one-trick pony. Like Nebraska's your pony.
Get him, Will.
Get him, Will. Will, fight for yourself.
Elaborate
Fight
on that,
for
because
yourself.
Nebraska's not horrible. We went from 3 wins to 5 this past year.
Get him. When Will gets going on Nebraska, he
You don't
convinces
think we're
me.
going to go to a bowl game next year?
Probably. I'm not.
Somebody pull up the schedule.
Get
and-
Nebraska's schedule.
Hey, and tell me, Dave, and seriously, look at it and tell me
All right, I
we
will.
won't start off
I
6-0.
6-0.
Yeah.
All right.
But
I'll
you
look
said
at it.
that, and then you lost in Ireland to Northwestern.
Yeah.
That's
Hey,
week
that's
0.
international soil. That doesn't count.
Good.
That was the only game they won all year.
Like you don't have another team that I'm aware of, right? He's
No,
His
just
eyes are darting. Will is standing in the middle of the field looking
Here it
for the
is.
play action. He's like, "What's
all
going
right.
on?"
Here's Nebraska's
All right,
schedule.
spring game win.
UTEP, done.
Colorado loss.
done.
Northern Iowa.
Illinois, Purdue, Rutgers.
Wait, no. Scroll up. I see 2 losses.
Who?
Colorado and at Purdue are losses.
No, they're not. We whooped Purdue this last year.
No, those are at losses.
All right, let me see the rest of the schedule.
It's a tough schedule.
Oh no.
Ohio State lost, UCLA lost, USC lost, Wisconsin lost, Iowa lost. You end the season losing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in a row.
I don't think
No,
so.
they'll beat UCLA.
You think?
Yeah, in Lincoln.
Oh, all right. Maybe you beat UCLA.
Yeah,
What's
you'll
that
beat
make?
UCLA.
That's 5 and 7, right?
That's actually not a tough schedule, Will. You're going
It's
bowling.
not terrible. I mean,
Will, you're
USC
going bowling
doesn't have
next year.
Caleb Williams.
Will, you're going bowling next year. You're going bowling next year. I'm seeing that.
Unlike
schedule.
you two,
You're going bowling.
I'm sure Taylor and I are both rooting for you.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I want Nebraska to make a bowl game this year.
It'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And we got to
I
bring
know
some
you guys are.
respectability back to the Bussin' Bowl.
Yes.
Well, it's not happening.
What?
It's not happening
because
because
of
of
the
the
merger.
expansion.
Oh, we don't play each other anymore?
Yeah.
No, we don't.
We're going to go to Colorado, Nebraska.
That sucks.
We're going to
does.
go for the college football show.
Yeah, I'd love to go to Colorado.
Let's do that.
Love to.
That's done.
Lock it in.
All right.
Sealed.
Done.
Signed, sealed, delivered.
Done. I love that.
Hey, can I get, while we have you guys, can I get, I've talked it up, but can I get a commitment for March Madness from both of you? I think you guys, if you guys love the Tunnel of Chaos, March Madness is a 4-day Tunnel of Chaos.
Dates?
4 days is a lot.
All right, 2 days.
Dates?
I like that.
March.
It's later this year. March Madness is later this year. It's like
I want to say it's like the 17th.
20.
18th,
No, I
somewhere.
think it's later. I think it's like the 20. Jeff D. Lowe's getting into the
I
dozen.
got you.
It's like the 22nd, 23rd.
Where's show me April? I know. Show me April. I'll tell you. I'm gonna work backwards. So that's the Final Four. So that's the Elite Eight. 22nd, 21st is the first day.
Yeah, we could probably do that.
Yeah.
What day is the 21st?
Thursday.
You guys really.
Well, that's always on the phone.
Wait, Dave. You guys just like literally never watched March Madness.
It's crazy how some of these
You just-
athletes
I-
they
you just
live in
asked,
like a
is
world
it
that
what
nothing.
day?
It's crazy.
Thursday.
They come
Yeah.
here and it's like
It is my favorite.
They're like newborns.
It's
They
my-
don't even know what exists in the world.
It is my favorite 2 days of the year.
Truly?
The first 2 days of March Madness are
Yes.
the best 2 days of the
Yes.
year.
Like a week ago, someone was like, "How's Michigan at basketball?" I was like, "We're the best."
They're terrible.
And I looked, and they showed it to me. We were like 2-7.
Yeah, no,
It's
they're
the
terrible
best
this year.
2
Terrible this year.
days of the year.
It's
So
great.
we're not
The
going to make
2
a
days I
tournament.
look forward
That's
to.
okay. It makes us free to go bet on other.
Just enjoy it.
Yeah.
It's the most like I look forward to those first 2 days. Oh, I just get like I get chills thinking about it.
All right, let's wrap it up.
Been a big college basketball guy.
You're,
Yeah,
you're,
but it's
Remember I was telling you, it was like
you don't have to
Tyler
be
Hansbrough
you don't have
from
to be a
North
big
Carolina.
college basketball guy. You got to be.
you got to get other
Oh,
interests
I gotta
because
do one
if
more.
your only interest is Nebraska, what do you got?
Well, how's Nebraska doing this year, Dave?
They're good. They're going to make
But
sure.
football, but it's all right. Good. I'm rooting for Nebraska. I root
Did
for
you
you.
see our volleyball team this year?
But
Who's their
yes,
biggest
good.
fan?
So then what are you
Dave.
talking about?
I'm just saying Nebraska football.
You got to have more interest. Like, okay, how are we doing in all
college
the other
basketball
shit?
tournament. I'm trying to help you out.
Yeah.
He's getting angry.
All right, Body Armor. By the way, Body Armor. We've been drinking Body Armor all week.
Getting angry.
Body Armor Zero Sugar, their new drink, new Zero Sugar sports drink for our friends at Body Armor. No artificial sweeteners, flavors, or dyes. Whether you're looking to stay hydrated or recovering from a long weekend, Body Armor Zero Sugar has got you covered. Body Armor Zero Sugar has great tasting flavors like fruit punch and lemon lime. It's a long week out here in Vegas, but luckily we've got refreshing Body Armor Zero Sugar available in stores nationwide, but you can head on over to Body Armor store on Amazon and get yours today. What we did last night, that is what March Madness is. It's the guys together fighting,
It's true.
nonstop action. Just like you can't, you're just you're dead and alive a million times over.
That's fun.
It's the best.
Is there's not a better like the streaming we do Thursday nights. It's
Yeah,
great. Like we
yeah.
all sit there and you start
Yeah.
to figure out like, okay, there's always going to be JMU, so PFT's in the corner loving it
Yeah.
up. We're like all having fun, putting together a nice little parlay. Is there a piece of you that has FOMO? You got
Oh yeah, no, he does.
Yeah, and
I know
I
he
know
does.
he does. I just want him to answer that.
No,
I
but
want
that's
him to
why
answer
Dave is that. I've said that. I think I said the. When did I say it? Maybe on the Yak. But Dave and I are wired very similar, where it's like the itch to create is never going to go away. It goes down a little bit, but when you see everyone else doing something, having fun, you're like, I want to be in that.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got a great life now, but like I know there are times. No, there are
And
times.
that's why
when
you came out with the unnamed show.
Yeah, but when like Jerry's going crazy in the gambling cave, I know Dave's like, I would like to be there. If I
Yeah.
could snap my finger, be there, and then snap my finger, be back in Miami, he would do it.
Yeah, that'd be an epic superpower to have.
Yeah.
Just be able to.
Yeah, he would come every Sunday.
It's like
Jump
Scotty.
up,
Yeah,
jumper.
beaming up Scotty.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, everybody who came out this week.
Yes.
Super Bowl's coming. Final predictions before we go. Absolute final predictions. Score. Go around the board. Start with you, Will.
34-17, San Francisco 49ers.
I'm gonna go Chiefs 24, Niners 21.
I was gonna say.
Just do it on the busing. Do it on busing.
Yeah.
Someone says 3 points now. I don't believe that. I'm going to go. They're lying. It's 27-21 Chiefs.
I'm gonna go 24-21 Niners.
Oh,
Niners.
You
all right.
have switched every day.
Every time, 3
You've
times on
switched
this
5
show.
Yeah,
times
tune
on the
in.
show.
Pro Football
Yeah.
Show is actually out right after this, where Taylor takes the Chiefs.
Yep. Yeah.
Dead serious.
Also, Slips and Picks, if you guys are wondering, a very original show. If you ever want to go see
Yeah.
it, it's very good.
It's
I
where
heard he had Stu Feiner on.
Stu Feiner made his bone.
Thank
Oh,
you,
we should
everybody,
talk
for
about
coming.
Thank you, guys.